What's up, everybody? How you doing? I didn't unmute my mic until the second time I said that, but how is everybody tonight? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be off work. It's been a heck of a day at work, and there was an actual fire. So yeah, Pog for everyone being okay. Everyone's fine. The building's fine. The company's fine. It was a small thing. So yeah, it's all good. We're fine. So we are. Yeah. There was a. Okay, so I work at a printing company, right? Giant printing presses and everything that are the size of several rooms, and one of the presses, one unit of one press caught fire briefly, and so of course there's a spark for 5 seconds, and so evacuate the building and all this stuff. No, I mean the press room actually did get all smoked up and everything, which was kind of interesting to see, but no, it got put out very quickly, and they did not even need to call the fire department in this case. So no early day off. That would have been nice, but actually this time, today of all days, I would not have wanted an early day off because we're that slammed and that busy. As nice as it would be, just not. I am stalling because Ragnar is not here yet. Well, I just heard my door move a little bit, so I thought he was about to walk in, but Quota is not joining us tonight, and Jay is also not joining us tonight. Quota is working. Either he's working or he just got off of work and he's, in a sleep deprivation coma. William is here. And I have been doing last minute prep and messing with the new voice modulation program that I got here. But other than that, we should be fine until Sunday. I just had to do that. But there he is. Here he comes to save the day. So he's here, and I have dinner in the microwave, so give me just 1 second, and I'll be right back. So
fancy, Matt.
Yep. Pipe cables. This is my pirate queen.
Yeah, such a pro stream happening right now. You're absolutely right, Tails. Professionalism at its finest. Yeah, just playing around with the little options here on the. Anyway, usually what it's like talking to Quote. Hey, that's it. It's just it's like he's here. We'll just.
So that's my pirate queen.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
If she ever has to appear, you have some kind of...
Your what? Pirate what?
Queen.
Pirate queen. Okay. If she ever has to appear. All right. Yeah, loving the pirate mat. Yeah. Stream appropriate there.
Hey,
sounds more like Morse code. You're absolutely right.
We're ready then.
Seriously, what was that?
Huh?
What was the Morse code about?
It's just
It's a bleep.
yeah, it's a curse bleep.
Ah, okay.
Unnecessary bleeping throughout the stream. Yeah.
Could be.
Anyway, So, as I wait for the last of my food to finish getting ready, you guys ready to get started? You've both got your Echo character sheets as well.
James.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I'm pretty beefy.
Yeah, I saw your hit points. Dude.
How many do you have?
Huh?
65
Sounds about right.
with the 21 AC.
Sounds about right.
That'll work
Funny
pretty
thing is I
nice.
have the same AC.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I have no armor, so.
Yeah.
Neither does Tatiana.
Actually,
really. Oh, okay. Okay. There's the microwaves. Pro streamer. It's been a busy day, guys, and usually this is what's happening before, yeah. Usually I already think of the things like setting the microphone to Omni instead of cardioid. So now you should be able to hear them a little bit better as well.
Oh.
Cool.
Which usually I do beforehand. So, if y'all are ready to get started,
You want to
obviously I'm the one who's not ready here, so.
Yeah, well, how many times is that not the case?
Fair enough. Usually you guys walk in and I'm just sitting here just like, come on.
Lately.
Yeah.
When you have a lot of source material you can pull from, it's easier.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
To be honest, source material is the problem with my campaign idea is because, yeah, nobody actually wants to try to make murder mysteries.
Like, I have a ton for mine, because it's all mythos, or it's all the Norse mythology.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring out the writing that after.
Yeah. But the funny thing about mine is it's not only a murder mystery, it's political intrigue bullshit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
both things that D&D is historically terrible at.
Tails, that's a good point. Shouldn't you be asking yourself if you are ready? That's a good point. Am I ready? No.
Quota's not here, so it's pretty easy tonight.
You know, surprisingly, the few times that he hasn't been here, that actually has been more challenging for me.
Oh yeah, he makes up. He ad-libs a lot. Also, like, this was.
Hey, thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
Disrespects women.
Well, that's terrible, Abrupt Demise. Thank you for the 1 bit, but stop disrespecting women. Appreciate the bit, though. And thank you for joining us. Yeah, in Mana, he actually carried quite a bit of the story. But
I think I just answered too many of your plot-related questions, like that.
yeah, but
To be fair, one of the things that we kind of forgot in the final battle, I had an end-of-turn trigger that would have restrained him within the vine area. So he wouldn't have gotten out at all, and I would have soloed him.
bastard.
It's done.
Hey, thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
Woohoo.
Woohoo, Meerkat. Thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate it. Now, there is actually a new alert for subscriptions that might be triggered at some point, but who knows? Somebody will probably resub at some point, and
Feel
we'll
free to trigger one of you guys already. One of you. How many now?
say what?
How many people are in the chat now?
Let's see. There's 7 right now.
In the chat or just viewing?
Viewing. Technically, everyone viewing is in the chat, but yeah. Anyway, so you guys got out of Cartano and back into the present and everything. All that stuff was going on. Let me make sure I've got Volume okay, guys? Emily, how you doing? Thanks for being here. So, you got out of Cartno and...
Give it Brandon those bits!
Oh my.
Oh, that was your son, Emily. Okay. The one disrespecting women? Well, alrighty then. And thank you for the bits, Meerkat. So you guys got out of Cartano, you got to Gridania, and at the Bannock you learned that Ixaly activity had been steadily increasing since the appearance of an as yet unknown individual in the Twelveswood. Suspecting a connection, one of the soldiers there, Galfred, asked you to investigate Lifeman Stump to the northeast.
Hey, thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
And then you gave some bits to Rand.
Women.
There you go, Meerkat. There you go. You got to Lifeman Stump and respected women, and you were met with a baffling sight. A sword had been thrust into the stump, and an Ixal lies dead nearby. And then there were two strange characters, and a scene that unfolded in your mind's eye. It turned out the two strange characters, the Huron lass and Lalafellan lad you encountered, are friends of Gridania named Ida and Papalimo, respectively.
Hey, thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
Oh my god.
Sorry to interrupt.
Well, thank you for interrupting with bits. Oh wait, I saw Tails. If there's music, I can barely hear it. There is music. Let me turn that up for you guys just a little bit.
Alicia's watching. She can barely hear me.
Well, you guys do talk quiet.
That's true.
Testing.
Okay. He can't hear I have the headphones in. He just randomly decided to type lol. He's going to bed. The little pain he is. Tails, I just turned the music up. Let me know if that's any better. Voices are fine though so far? Okay. Music's better? Cool, thanks. So, Abrupt Demise, you're Emily's son? Cool. They're named Ida and Papalimo, respectively, and they're scholars who are assisting the God's Quiver.
Hey, thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
Sounds good from here.
Thank you, Meerkat. The God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers. Now, that revelation aside, you gave Rand some bits, and your efforts helped shed some light on the Ixal's recent activities. Galfred reluctantly expressed his gratitude, considering how Quota had gone crazy. And he asked that you continue to work in service of Gridania and her citizens. You learned that a party of conjurers and their wood whaler escort were attacked by a towering shadow while performing a sacred rite inside Spirit Hold. And while the majority of those who entered...
thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
My bad. I'll stop talking.
Thanks, Meerkat.
I don't know if it's just me, but those bit notifications are a little loud.
It is a bit loud. Usually I have that up louder because I'm trying to have it...
Hey, thanks for giving Brandon those bits!
Starting now.
There. Okay, we are adjusting the volume there, and usually I have that louder because sometimes I've missed them because I don't hear them over like combat music.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Tails, you good now, Meerkat? So, most of them were evacuated, the hero was unaccounted for, and within Spirit Hold you encountered a masked mage who unleashed a clay golem upon you. After a brief struggle, you dispatched the automaton just as Ida and Papalimo arrived, their presence triggering another strange vision inside your mind. You reported to Aliston outside, who listened intently as you recounted all that unfolded within Spirit Hold. Understandably concerned, he promised to investigate the masked mage and asked you to return to Gridania and speak with Mion. Back in Gridania, you related your tale to Mion, only for her to forbid you from repeating the story to others. So what strange forces are at work in the Twelveswood? Such matters are best left to the hearers, it would seem. For now, you take advantage of Mion's offer of guild accommodations and prepare yourselves for future adventures. So, you guys wake up the next morning in the inn, well rested and everything. Your stay was on the house, as has been promised to you for the permanent future. It's a permanent arrangement with all Adventurers Guild affiliated inns, which exist in 3 major cities: Gridania, Limsa Luminsa, and Ul'dah. So basically the big capital cities. Is there anything you'd like to do when you get up in the inn? Each in your separate rooms. There's a little fountain off to the side, so the sound of the running water may have kept you awake during the night, but it's very peaceful, very tranquil.
So I think I could just get ready for the morning and check to see if everyone else is up.
Okay.
I'll go down.
You go down for breakfast, okay. You go down, you smell tea and eggs and breakfast cooking and everything like that. The food, like yesterday, is rather bland, but it's
I have some. There's a alchemy jug.
They do not have their own microphone. Unfortunately, I can't afford a mic like this for everybody. They just have to speak up. So, sorry. Yeah, from the dishes and stuff that you have seen so far, you feel like the blandness is kind of down to their emphasis on salad and greens and all that stuff that's good for you and doesn't exactly taste nice.
Never mind. No, it's actually good. Maybe. I'll go ahead and make 2 gallons of vinegar and pass it around.
Okay. Pass it around to the other patrons. Okay. Yeah, several of them do use it to, season their own meals and everything. Add a little splash of flavor here and there. But yeah, see, usually they're having to talk over quota, and so the voices are all a bit louder. Since quota's not here tonight, they're not having to do that. I'm just kidding, quota's good. After a little bit, 2 things. Actually, no, just one thing. After a little bit of eating, you notice a gentleman walking in the front door, and he has a letter with him, has a piece of paper, and he is looking around frantically for someone.
Name?
Mother Mion? You look around, she's not here yet, it would seem.
Gotcha.
She's usually here. Maybe she's just not in yet this morning. See, I hate to impose, but I have need of the Adventurers Guild assistance in a matter, and I fear it's one of grave import. Of late, I've noticed that Ixaly dirigibles have been appearing over the Twelveswood with increasing regularity. The frequency doesn't bother me so much as where they're choosing to fly. The patch of sky directly above a guardian tree in the central shroud.
What don't have about guardian trees?
History check.
I'll just take 16.
You have to take 16.
Yeah, plus 4 intelligence, plus proficiency.
Okay.
Take 10, so it's 16 total.
Well, what you know is that he misspoke, and he should have said the guardian tree. There is just one in this particular forest. Actually, there's only one that you've ever heard called that, and it's nothing like specifically, magical or mystical or anything, but it is the oldest tree of this particular forest.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, protect the national landmark.
Basically, yes.
Are there any other adventurers up right now?
You see a couple. There's a Rogadan gentleman off to one side, and there's a Cure woman who is near him. Just look like they're chilling out. And you see the tree is a sacred site, or so I was given to believe when I first came to Gridania myself. So I naturally assumed the elementals would not suffer the Ixal to profane it. But the birdmen have been coming and going as they please, with nary a protest from the guardians of the Twelveswood. And it was that which set me to thinking. Ever since the appearance of this much-talked-about suspicious individual, many and more strange things have been occurring in the forest.
Yep.
Could it be that he did something to the elementals?
Pause. And right there, it's like, let's just take care of the important matter first. You're asking for a job from the adventurers guild. I go ahead and I point to the other two that I don't know the name of.
Okay.
You guys want to join us in protecting the sacred tree?
The woman kind of sighs. She goes, "Guard duty? I'd rather do something more worthy of song one of these days, I suppose." She kind of slacks about getting up, and it's at this point you see Mother Mion walking up the stairs. And she kind of looks around and she notices you guys right away. And she kind of sees that there's a serious conversation happening.
I'm just gonna shorten it for her. Guardian tree's under attack.
Gods be good. Well then. And she rushes over to you, and the gentleman hands her the letter that he had prepared. And let me all of the little things that I had set up, and I didn't set the
slideshow?
Well, no, I didn't set the thing that actually displays the slideshow. Show monitor and switch back to camera. So I need to put that on the master right there. I should be able to remove that. I spent a lot of time going through my Stream Deck, trying to get it optimized after how crazy last week was. Almost got it. So, close that. Anyway, so she takes this letter, and essentially she sees that it is outlining the specific locations where he's seen them, dates and times and everything. He's kept a log. So she looks it over. Gods be good. All right, I have a mission for you all. Suffice it to say, it's urgent. Time is of the essence, I'll speak plain. That tree is the oldest living thing in this ancient forest. Take this letter to Bowlord Lewin. He's at the seat of the first bow in Quiver's Hold, the Archers Guild. If the need arises, put yourself at his disposal. I strongly suspect that will be needed. but if they profane this tree, the elementals would fly into a rage beyond pacifying. Go quickly.
Sounds interesting enough for you two?
Say what?
I say sound interesting enough for you two for nameless adventurers.
She goes, let me get my gear, and she runs up to the inn room that she was in, and the Rogadin gentleman does likewise. And Mion goes, don't wait for them, just go.
Gotcha. You ready?
Yep.
So you guys heading out to the Archers Guild?
Yeah, and
Okay.
while I was eating breakfast, I went ahead and I cast Dark Vision and Mage Armor and used Pearl Power for a couple of spell slots.
Okay.
Both the spell slots back.
Did you need to? That you had a long rest.
Yes, but those spells I cast at the start of the day.
Oh, okay.
Mage Armor,
Okay.
Dark Vision. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you have those for the rest of the day, and then you recover with the Pearl Power.
Nice. Okay. So she told you where she told you that it's at the Archers Guild. I'm going to say you don't have any trouble finding the place. You had taken some time to look around yesterday, familiarize with yourself with the layout of the city. And sorry. Something didn't quite swallow right there. Sorry. Reaching the Adventurers Guild, there's a young lady at the desk, and yes, can I help you?
Yeah, we've heard about the attacks on the Guardian Tree.
Guardian Tree. Is this a security matter?
I have a letter.
The first bow. You need Lewin.
Yes.
Right that way. She points you down a hallway, and so at the end of this hallway, you see just one door leading into an office, and inside you find Lewin, you presume that to be Lewin, dressed in kind of traveler's garb, ranger's garb, and something of a uniform that you're noticing among the archers there. But can I help you?
Got the letter from the Adventurers Guild.
Letter from the adventure. What's this about now?
The Guardian Tree attacks.
Guardian Tree attacks. Oh my god. They mean to defile the Guardian Tree. Okay. Alright, well, those filthy birdmen will not touch it. How can it be that neither the Wood Whalers nor the God's Quiver caught wind of this? I can't help but think that this somehow bears the mark of that masked devil. We must be wary. This incursion may be more than it seems. I thank you for delivering this message.
Where do you need us?
And just then, another archer bursts in the door and announces that there is an attack beginning right at this moment. He goes, already? Bloody hells!
Yeah. We'll have 2 more adventures coming in soon.
Right.
We'll support you guys, but we'll head straight to that location soon.
Yes. Yes, please. Lend us your strength. You're the adventurers I've been hearing about, haven't you? You saved a hero in Spirit Hold?
Yep.
All right. Glad to have you with us. And let's see. Yeah, he begins to head out. He grabs his quiver and everything, and musters several archers. You see, they're scrambling to assemble.
I don't even bother waiting. It's like where at go.
And they quickly show you on a map just where it is. A little bit southwest of the Bannock. So, coming out of Gridania to the south, directly south of the gate, is the Bannock. And to the southwest of that is a little village called Bent Branch Meadows. And in this cleft in several cliffs with a little stream running through it is this location called Evershade, where the guardian tree stands. A little bit west of Bent Branch Meadows. So, heading out that way, you find the guardian tree. It's not all that impressive. You're like, okay, yeah, it's a normal tree. It's just old. Looking a little bit more closely, you do start to notice several ixal gathered around it. And at this point, Lewin is with you, and he has a couple of other archers nearby, and you see a whole lot up on the cliff sides to the west. There's several hiding nearby behind different, obstacles and rocks. And so there's you, Ragnar, hiding with Lewin. And there's several on the cliffs up above, like I said. And you do see the adventurers that you called out to. They are up on the right side as well. Buy me a minute to eat this. Is there anything you'd like to...
At this point, I'm assuming that we're not attacking because we don't want to hurt the tree ourselves.
Just getting into position.
So what do I know about these ixal again?
They are what's categorized as, they're typically called beastmen, that are generally just the people's term for less civilized races. They generally reside to the north in well outside of the Black Shroud, in the more mountainous region called Carthus. And they've been raiding the Twelveswood for a very long time, and so Gridania's tensions with them are not anything new. But, sorry, I'm almost done with this. I want to... One of the ixal, as you are waiting for the other soldiers to get into position, you hear one of the ixal start chanting. And the strange thing is that the words you hear a lot in ixal language, which you don't really... it sounds like a lot of squawking, but then you hear, "O mournful voice of creation, O mournful voice of time."
I don't even wait for him to finish when I hear "O mournful." Yep, whole person.
Okay.
And using Divine Arcana, so it has a +2 DC,
Okay.
so it is a 14, 16 Wisdom save.
Okay. You made it. You made it, so I have to do something now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Now let's get down to business. A DC what? Wisdom
DC
save?
16 Wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, he misses by 1.
Good.
All right.
And
This was hold person,
hold person, yes.
and so it It stops him from moving and acting, basically?
Yes, like he can't speak, he can't do shit.
Okay.
Because he's, I believe, paralyzed.
Okay.
And then after I cast, I say out loud, y'all know the drill, take the mage first.
Okay. You go what?
Go running.
You go running in, alright. And as you guys do that, Lewin calls out, "First squad, left flank! Second and third, right flank! The rest form the main host with me!" And he calls to you two, "This position is yours, friends. May the elementals keep you." And he attacks several of the other Ixal off to one side. Gentlemen, roll initiative.
Ish. 5.
5? Okay.
17.
Can you throw me my pencil over there?
This one? Your pen?
Well, that'll work too. I meant, yeah, please. Under the monitor. Just in case I need to erase. Okay. Alright, so Tatiana, 5. What'd you get? 17. Ragnar, 17. And Ixal, 8. So they are right in between you. Okay. There are 6 of them. Alright, and so I need to make myself a little more room here. Which should be okay since we have fewer people tonight. William and Elsinore. Hey, Stamped, how you doing, man? You've been here for a while, and I'm only just now noticing because I've been so behind. Alright, so one of them is held. And Ragnar, you're first. You want them surrounding you as much as possible. You want to be right in the middle. Okay. You run right into the middle and go into a rage. Okay. You're doing desert. Okay, so 2 fire damage to each one. Okay.
That was one.
Okay. So you're trying to hit him. Okay.
The one who's paralyzed. Yeah.
Just hits. Oh, 18? Okay.
But 24 is the first one.
Oh, okay. There you go. They both would have hit then. And yeah, go roll your damage. Ten damage? Down he goes. Yeah, you just slice right through him and he doesn't have a chance. He literally never saw you. Because he got held while he was facing the other way. He had his back to you guys the whole time. And so with that, the ones who are surrounding you, Ragnar, are going to... Okay, so 14 to hit for the first one. Yes. Second one's gonna miss as well. Third one, natural 1. Fourth one, 14 to hit, that's gonna miss. And the last one is attacking you with his bow, and that one also misses. So they're not off to a good start.
Is that intimidation factor?
Yeah, I guess so.
Shot someone said.
Okay. And the one with the bow begins to back off. Okay. And Tatiana.
Okay, so they're all pretty hurt, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to bonus action save the weapon to smack one.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit?
It does not.
Okay, then I'm just gonna firebolt.
Okay. I'm reading what you said here, Stamped. Let's see. Got my third pair today. Let's see.
Nice.
On the firebolt, what was it to hit?
Over.
Okay, yeah. 7 damage. Okay. That guy's on his last legs. Oh, very nice, Stamped. Well, not very nice that you didn't eat all day, but... yeah, glad your vision's getting better. Nice. Cool. So back to the top, Ragnar. Okay. Okay, the one that you just attacked dies to that.
Where's the how far the bone?
About 20 feet back. Okay. Nope. Okay. Is that it? Now I should have called that during your attack, though. Opportunity attacks. So. Miss. Cocked. Cocked. Miss. That'll hit. Yeah, probably. There we go. 1d8 plus 1. Okay, so. Plus 2d6. Rolled 6 and 5, so that's 11. 14 damage total. So. Okay. Now for their turn. So the one with the bow is going to slash at you, and he's going to miss. Two of the melee run after you. Miss. Miss. Jeez. And the last one is trying to get away. So he does not come after you to attack. He is using his full movement to attempt to GTFO. Tatiana?
Firebolt on.
Okay.
Natural 1. And then safe weapon move up to attack one of the same. Over 20.
Yeah, really. Say what now? Sacred weapon?
Over 20.
Yeah. 10 damage? Okay. Yeah. attacking one of the melee or the bowman? Okay. Alright, there's the bowman, one melee, and the guy who was bolting. Okay. No. To hit does not hit. So you're just locked in this melee with this bowman. He is just deflecting your strikes and interesting. Okay. Never started that one out. Okay. Okay, so the one who was running switches to a bow, and he is going to attack Tatiana. God, 8 to hit, so I'm not rolling above single digits tonight so far, guys. Yeah, that's true. The other two are going to attack Ragnar. 15 to hit. That hits? Holy shit, finally. And a 16 to hit. Okay. Yeah. So 15 half to 7 total. The second one, sorry, yeah, that was for the first. Nine, so half to 4. All right, Tatiana.
So, take 11 to move up attack over 20 hits.
Yep.
Minimum of 5 kills.
Probably. On a melee or the bowman?
On the
Does not kill him.
so fire bolt on the one who ran away.
Okay.
Over 20 hits for 10 damage.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. Okay. Fire.
Yep.
The bowman dies.
Melee is pretty much dead.
Just about, yeah. Yeah. Barely hits. 11 damage. That was his max HP. Yeah, he did.
I've done like 8 damage.
Okay. And yeah, he goes splat pretty quickly there. Okay. So yeah, one of the nearby wood whalers, as you guys look around, you notice most of the other Ixal going down fairly easily, and you see a lot of the wood whalers and archers on the cliffs.
Hey, thanks for giving Rand those bits!
You defeated.
You defeated. Thanks for the bits. Abrupt. So on the cliffs up above, you see several of the archers and wood whalers go running off. They're chasing Ixal that went bolting into the woods. And one of the other wood whalers he stands at the cliff edge for a moment. He goes, "Impressive work. The bow lord bids you hold this position. Enemies may yet lurk near. Stay on your guard. We're going to bolster the left flank where the battle yet rages." And he takes off.
At that, I go up to the mage guy who's trying to do his chanting bullshit, and I investigate his body.
Okay.
I go and rest against the tree.
Okay. So as you are heading towards the tree to rest against it, you see someone standing in your way.
Yep. And the second I see him, I'm like, and move sacred weapon.
Give me a second. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and roll it.
I'm assuming a 20. No,
Yes, it'll hit.
For 7 damage.
7 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Ow.
And you see it connect, and he kind of shrinks back just a little bit, but
He's still going, I'm assuming.
oh yeah.
At this point, I know.
He says,
Oh, is he talking about you doing now?
yeah. He says, so the source of their strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you won't fare so well this day. And he begins to chant, and a glyph appears in front of his face. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command that I may smite mine enemies. Your very beings imperil the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. And as he...
How about you stop summoning him in and take us on yourself?
Oh, I plan to. And... as the darkness swirls all around, and it's swirling around you two as well, a creature rises out of the water from the mage's magic. And just making sure that there's nothing else before I But as the darkness swirls around you, you feel a surge of energy welling up inside of you. Like whatever is thrown your way, you know you'll be strong enough. The echo is now active. Roll initiative. Yes. Yes.
You want me to start with less tokens?
However many you spent would be how many you have spent in this. Natural 20 on initiative. All right.
And another fucking 7.
7?
Yes. Sorry, that's how I have luck.
You really want to use it on initiative? Okay.
A little bit better.
I mean, initiative is actually kind of important.
Sometimes it can be better to go later.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 it is.
Now we can start. Oh yeah. Also minus the...
So minus the number.
In this case, it wouldn't have made a difference. Their initiative was 18, so again, they're going in between you guys. So the initiative order is actually the exact same.
Okay, and I'm assuming you want me to go ahead and take off that one challenge authority.
Yes. However many health you lost is however many health you are currently down.
Gotcha.
So if you took 3 damage, you're down 3 from your max. Yeah, I'm sure you are. You've got like a year's worth of hit points there, 365. Yeah,
So,
you'll be okay. And okay, so Ragnar, you're up. There's what I wanted to show for the combat. There we go. Oh, as far as your rage, how long is rage supposed to last?
it lasts either a minute, I think, or a turn you have to attack or hit there's
Yeah.
so you gotta both attack.
Okay.
You got one section.
Demise. Demise, stop that. Uh-uh.
So that,
Hmm?
what did Demise do?
I'll tell you after I time him out. You're only timed out for 5 seconds, but I had to do that because you were putting spoilers in the chat.
Before we start, are you still desert form? Remember, you can choose the one for all 3 effects.
Yeah, no. I have now a bunch of them too.
Also, this is not the person whose name you put in there. What is?
Well, the Raging Sword options.
All the what?
Raging Sword options.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be doing a bunch of stuff as well here, so. Which one are you running up to? The mage or the fiend? Okay. 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 Yeah, no.
Wait.
Get that sick.
Okay.
Nope.
So, how are you missing with your plus 13 to hit?
Both the natural ones.
Well then.
Yeah. I've 2 different dice.
Wow.
So, who's going first? The fiend or
the mage. Just a moment. Because he has all these spells and I don't actually know them, so I'm glancing at their definitions. I see. Alright, so where were each of you?
So he's in the
You're in melee range of the fiend.
Do you think it's not intended, like, or it catches on fire?
Okay. Okay.
Six.
So Tatiana, dex saving throw.
Yes. No.
Yes.
I'm assuming over. No, that's not over 18. That's a 12.
That's a 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, does not save. And so that will be
What's the spell?
lightning bolt.
Reaction. Absorb elements. Have resistance.
You can do that as a reaction.
As a reaction, that will.
Okay, so the 28 that you just took gets halved to 14. Okay. Starts its turn. Okay. Sorry. It's... Alright, so Ragnar, dex save.
Does he go in line as well?
No. This is the fiend.
Because of evasion? No evasion.
Yeah, abrupt. They have never played FF14. They don't know the story. So, how much?
20.
Fails.
Fails.
Yes.
Oof.
Well, you're still raging, so. Does that protect against magic damage too?
You get. Oh yeah. Is it only non-magical?
Yes. But if it's fire,
No, you get resistance to all bludgeoning.
yes.
Well, fortunately he rolled really low. So
Kind of magical damage.
fire.
Oh, so I'm resistant.
So this thing kind of, and a big wall of flame just rises up right in the middle, and so you end up taking 14 fire damage. And if you are resistant, then from what?
Storm stuff.
Okay.
6 feet.
Okay. You think they'll get to that one part in the first expansion? You know the one. I don't know the one part that you're referring to. 7? Yes. And that is...
No, your reaction.
Or hit choose an attack. So, it's magic's not attack.
It has to specifically be an attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, that's part of the fun with this. Tatiana, your turn.
Alright. Firebolt at the mage.
At the mage. Okay.
Over 30 hits.
What? Yeah.
19 on the die.
Okay.
Plus 11, so 30.
Alright. Yeah, that'll hit him.
Don't forget, we're playing little TV characters.
Yeah.
So that makes it all the more.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Pull out my 5d. It's 5d10 for level 12, right? Yeah.
I.e. Firebolt. Interestingly, it does not say if it was cast at higher levels. Yeah, I know, it doesn't say. Here.
It didn't say in the green in the box text, but it says in the middle.
Still
Okay.
increases to when you say 10, 11, so it means 40.
Increases by 4d10.
Okay, so 5.
Oh wait, no. Okay, it's up to 4d10. Sorry.
So that is 16.
Oh, in the first expansion abrupt. Okay, in Heavensward, yes, I have thought about that part a lot and how to handle that, and I'm sure by the time we get there, I'll figure it
So
out.
16 fire damage?
16?
Yes. And by this point, I'm going to show them not playing games and cast a 9th level spell.
Okay.
Sacred weapon.
Okay.
Using a Channel Arcana that has +2 attack rolls. So it's probably now at this point. Oh yeah, over 20.
Yeah.
So +1d per level above second, so 88.
8d8?
Yes.
Do you want to roll it, or you want me to just do it in Discord? Okay. Roll 8d8. Came out at 31.
Average.
5, 6, 1, 1, 8, 2, 2, and 6. Okay. And just making sure. Hang on. He does have resistance to spell damage. Okay. Okay. I had not been applying that resistance earlier, but I will now. So, as I'm circling things that I need to remember. Okay. All right. So that brings us to Ragnar, and you are beginning your turn within 20 feet of the fiend. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. That is a fail. So this is Fear Aura. On a failed save, you are frightened until the start of your next turn. You can repeat the saving throw on your next turn. Well, you're frightened until the start of your next turn, so yeah. If you do manage to save on your next turn, you will be immune to it for 24 hours. But as frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's within your sight, and you can't willingly move closer. Fortunately for you, you're already in melee range. You have disadvantage, yeah. Okay.
I've got a lot to go down, but that's happening.
Okay. So you're gonna make your desert attack, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me make sure that it doesn't have resistance as well here. Oh, it's immune to fire. Okay, so I'm also going to erase the 6 damage that it took earlier. Okay, so it still has full hit points.
Reckless attack as well.
Okay.
30 the first hit.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, no, the first one was 30 and the other one was like 10. So it'd been 30 and
30 with disadvantage.
yeah.
Okay, okay,
I canceled out, so it should was.
okay. Gotcha.
So 17 plus 30 is 30.
Okay. Both hit.
On the first one.
18 damage? Okay. $19 on the second one? Okay. Okay, that took a good chunk. Okay. So, quickly thinking a amendment to the house rule, because of the way this whole thing is functioning. Normally this thing would have resistance to non-magical, slashing and all that stuff. So I'm thinking that because a level, 20 appropriate encounter would assume that you have magic weapons and stuff, I'm just going to cancel those out. So we're going to consider all attacks when you have the echo to be magical.
Okay.
So
Essentially some kind of magic.
So he takes full damage from your attack. So.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh wait, I can try to break that, right?
At the end of the turn,
At the end of my turn, right?
does he roll again, or is it just automatically undone?
It is automatically undone, and if you are still within 20 feet when you begin your next turn, then you roll again. Right. So if the fiend for whatever reason moves 20 feet away from you, then you're fine.
Yeah. Going nowhere.
Yeah.
So,
Just theoretical here, so.
But that floor is really so.
Yeah. How far back did you say you were, Tatiana? Okay.
What's he guess?
concept. Almost.
Oh, that sucks.
What?
So for time trace, like, or there's an action that's like walking around the Bible without it, it's ice, which we're not exactly. This action fails it. In the queue.
Ah,
I was like, oh, hello, that'd be nice. Hey,
Yeah.
we'll just freeze you. You can't go nowhere
right.
for a minute.
Okay, so the mage floats up to you, to within melee range, and gets at an angle with both you and Tatiana close by and casts Cone of Cold, Constitution saving throw.
Reaction. Give myself resistance to cold hit.
Okay.
And
Do you still have resistance to fire from the previous one?
I have immunity to fire.
Or what was it, lightning?
That spell lasts once per turn.
Okay.
So at the start of my next turn, I would use the benefit of the resistance.
Okay.
And I just reaction.
So this is one of your feats that gives you...
This is the spell mastery wizard.
Okay. So you can just change this barrier
So yeah. So
as a reaction each round.
There's a first level spell called Absorb Elements.
Okay.
Normally it would cause a spell slot, but because of the spell mastery feature, I can choose one first level, one second level to say I can cast it.
Okay.
And I chose Absorb Elements.
Okay. Nice.
So that would be a
24 to save?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll save. Ragnar?
Your aura?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm generating heat, so.
Well, you generate heat in quick bursts.
Is it an attack roll?
No.
No. It's just a con save.
Yeah. Like plus 13.
19.
19? Yeah, that'll still save.
I'll take that.
Okay. So, the...
How close was I to
close. The DC is 17.
Oh.
Not that right. Depending on the level.
Increases by... Okay, so... Music's still a little loud? Okay. That should do it. How's that stamped? Okay, so let's see, you both passed your saves. So your 53 gets halved.
So 27. 20.
So 26.
Divided by 2 again for resistance is 13.
Okay. Yeah, you're just meh. How are you doing?
I'm doing meh too.
Okay.
What's your max?
My max is 192, but I have resistance to everything that he throws because he's
So
only
basically double life.
1v1. Yeah.
That's not too
Also, I haven't used my actual spells yet.
bad.
I mean, I have used Sacred Weapon. That's basically all I need at this moment.
It's not bad.
Little change of music there. All right, and so the fiend.
What's the beam doing?
No attack. Most likely.
How far did the mage move?
Oh, I also forgot. He also cast Misty Step as a bonus action and returned to his previous location.
Okay.
It was,
Not bad.
huh?
Okay, not bad.
Yeah. But it was about 25, 30 feet
This
though.
would be the part where pulls his glasses up and like, well, actually, rules as written, you can't cast 2 leveled spells in one turn, but everybody ignores that rule anyway, so it's fine.
Okay, so Ragnar. The Fiend is... Dear God, wow, okay.
What do you do?
30 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got nice art, AC, but not that nice.
Yeah.
22 to hit. Okay. Ah. That one will hit.
Is that... No, he's got...
And 25 to hit. So all 4 hit. Okay. So the first attack... Roll 4d6 plus...
Why can't you do what I wanted to?
Okay. 21 and a Constitution saving throw.
21?
Mm-hmm.
Is it fire or what?
Poison.
Yeah, it's over 30. I rolled 18.
Okay.
So that's 31.
Yep, you save. So you are not poisoned. That's fine then. I ignore the rest of that. The second attack was a claw.
That's cool.
19. So have down to 9.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So I'm at 30 at the moment. So I assume that it was like a poison cloud or something. What did you hit me with for the poison one?
Bite.
Right. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so that's physical.
So there was a bite,
So
and then a
21
claw.
was-
Okay, so what part of the bite is the poison? Which part is the bite? Because they separate the codes of damage for
Yeah.
slashing.
The damage that I gave him was the bite damage,
Okay.
and then he made the con save.
So 10, that was 10. So that's so 19.
Okay. Then the third attack that hit was that he slugged at you with his mace for 12 damage, bludgeoning,
6.
plus fire damage. Wait, you're immune to fire damage.
Resistant.
Resistant, okay.
25.
Okay, so that is 18, halved to 9. And the final attack that he made was with his tail, which is... he rolled pretty poorly on that, so 15 halved to 7 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, only 41 damage. It is nice to say that.
Right.
I mean, it took a big chunk, but
And that finishes their turn, finally.
My turn.
I understand why this is difficult for streams, because they take a while. Yes, it is Tatiana's turn.
Okay, in that case,
even better.
I cast
We'll do better once I get more used to the
cast
spells, too.
7th level aid. So both you and me get their hit point maximum increased by 30.
Mm.
So add 30 to your HP. And you have a bigger barrier before you actually have to die.
Is it temporary or?
It's a bonus to your max.
Yeah, but it lasts for, what, an hour
8
or
hours.
something? 8 hours, nice. Yeah. Okay.
So that's my action. Bonus action,
Okay.
stake weapon. Since he's still in the same area, I'm going to attack him again, the mage again.
The mage, okay.
Yep. Does a 6 plus 15, 21?
21 hits.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll the damage this time because it feels so much nicer to do that.
Yeah.
So
7, 14, 20, 26, 32, 42 plus 5 is 47 points of damage.
Woo! What type?
Force.
Okay. 47 points of force damage.
Yes.
Okay, just a moment. 30, 40. That messed him up. He is very bloodied by that. That was sacred weapon?
Yes.
Nice.
Still
Yes, the
going up.
mage. Yeah, the fiend is still up. Still looking very good, actually, but the mage is, he's effed up.
Okay.
And anything else?
That was my action. And my bonus action, so I'll just move out of the way. So he has to do more to actually angle himself better.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of sidestep a little bit, strafe around, okay? And yeah, he is breathing hard. That the wisdom of the paragons should be brought low by mere mortals. Ragnar.
Wisdom save?
Yes.
When he
Actually,
says paragon,
yeah, wisdom save.
do I know what he means by that?
Natural 20s.
Okay, you save. You are now immune to fear aura.
Yeah. So I want a reckless attack for both my attacks.
Okay. I'll allow either wisdom or history, or religion or history.
Okay, either way, I get a plus 11.
Okay.
I'm assuming the 21 doesn't pass on its own.
No.
31 and a 28.
31.
How about a 20?
Barely passes. That's what I was thinking of. Say what?
So 31 on the first attack.
To hit the fiend? Okay.
And 28 so that's on the second.
31 and 28. Both hit.
Quick question. Can we do non-lethal damage with spells?
On the first one and
What would the normal rule be?
The default rule is you can't non-lethal. You cannot non-lethal with spells.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
14 and 17.
14 and 17. What damage types again? Slashing?
Bludgeon.
Bludgeon. Okay. Okay, so 14.
Would you be cool with Shadow Blade being able to do non-lethal damage?
14.
Since it conjures a weapon.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay, I applied the 14. What was the next one?
17.
17, okay. $17. Okay. Yes, you are.
Well, you got an extra 30 HP, so.
Okay. You're resistant to fire.
I'm immune to fire.
You're immune to fire. This guy is muscular, but he is
Not very bright.
he's not well suited elementally to that situation.
Like,
Okay.
he's not used to people being able to just say, I resist your magic.
Yes.
Straight up.
He is not used to that at all.
But he should definitely not be using elemental magic now if he knows
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wait, which guy, the fiend or the mage?
The mage. The fiend can't do anything about it. I know.
Did we mess up?
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure that I am not making it too easy by glossing over a spell that can potentially make things more challenging for you.
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking, I know exactly how you're going to counter it. So I'm checking another one that I don't.
Basically, I just have resistance to all elemental damage, and I have resistance to non-magical piercing, slashing, bludgeoning. So now he has to find a debuff way to do it, or just a magic missile. But you know, I do like magic missile.
Mm-hmm. Give me just a second. Okay, I think I can throw a wrench in your plans here. Or at least make you less able to. Okay, so it's. Oh. Oh, can it be a sphere? I can form it in a sphere.
Ball of force. Please note I already have Sacred Weapon out, so be able to affect it still.
Yeah, but can the sphere enclose you?
Yes. Very easily.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out, was whether I could form it as a sphere around you.
But the question is, he knows I can cast at will.
Mm-hmm.
So, assuming that he knows enough about archmage stuff, he could probably make a guess on to what other tricks I have.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, I'll just Misty Step out.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Unless I feel like it's just safer in the sphere. Because that's also an option.
Alright, well, in that case, because he knows that, instead he's going to do the thing that I know exactly how you're going to counter, and he's going to cast Magic Missile.
Shield.
There you go. I'm not even gonna do anything else. The Fiend, on the other hand, is going to have a little more fun.
Yeah.
Keep pissing him off. That's nice.
Yeah. We have a tank, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Over 30 hits. What was your AC again? 21?
So just a reminder, stream. I said 7th level aid or 8th level?
Ooh. Anybody remember? What level did Tatiana cast aid at a couple turns ago? 24 hits. You said 22 was your AC? 21. Okay. 15, 24 again. That's 3 hits. 6 plus 14, 20. So the last one misses. Alright, so roll 46 plus 8. Alright, so the first one you're going to be taking from the bite, 25, halved to 12,
Con save?
and you do need to make a con save.
Alright, 18.
18 fails. Okay, so you are now.
Did it go up?
No.
It's just a really high save.
I mean, I did 19 last time.
I thought
18
you.
was lower than 19.
I thought you rolled higher than that.
I rolled a 6. Plus 13.
Oh, so 18 on the die?
Oh, did I look at his spell save DC instead of his? No, his spell save DC is the same as the con save. I don't know what I looked at to think that 19 passed. I don't know, but yeah.
I mean, 19 feels like it's supposed to pass.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time.
The
but,
DC is 21.
Yeah, once he gets to high levels.
Yeah.
It kind of goes up.
Yeah. So you are poisoned. You cannot regain hit points. And you will take 66 poison damage at the start of your turns.
Oh shit.
You can repeat 6d6. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn. And of course, end it on a success.
Gotcha. And that's the poison condition?
Which I believe is...
Disadvantage on everything,
Yes.
basically.
Yes. While poisoned in this way, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so the second,
Alright, so how much damage was the first one?
25, so half to 12.
And absolute law poison this way, he also can't recover HP.
Yeah, I did say that.
This gets poisoned with a bunch of riders. Right.
Okay, second one was the claw attack, and that rolls to 19, half to 9.
Things like that.
And then 2d6 plus 8. And then the mace, 13, half to 6. You're doing pretty good. Okay. And that'll...
It's not 27.
Okay. Tatiana.
Alright. So, move the sacred weapon to attack the fiend this time.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
21 does hit.
So he'll be taking 10 plus 7 plus 14 is 44 plus 5 is 49
Okay.
to him. Move up.
Okay, so 49 damage.
Yes,
Okay.
49 force. Move up 30 feet and cast protection from poison on myself.
Okay. So you are still 30 more feet away from the fiend.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn. I did everything I could.
Okay. And... Alright, so Ragnar, con save. And 66 poison damage. So I'll go ahead and roll that.
24.
Okay. 24 will pass, so you will be not poisoned after the end of your turn.
So he still takes the damage.
Yeah, he still takes the damage for the first turn. 66. So that'll be 26 poison damage. Okay.
Reckless attack on both.
Okay.
31.
Hits.
22.
Both hit.
On the first one.
19 damage.
The first one and 15 on the second.
Okay. He is now at half health. Starting to look rough.
About there.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's not immune to that poison thing again.
No. And oh yeah,
Regain health.
it's their turn again. Okay.
I'll go and use a D12 as a counter for their turn on safe weapon. It's been 3 turns, right?
Yes.
I get 10 turns, so. But the important thing is to keep track of it. Because if it goes on for too long, he's way back.
Okay, so let me roll a d4 here. Ooh, 4. Okay. There's a creature other than that. Okay. It's kind of a weird. It's kind of a weird restriction on that. Okay. Well, the mage is getting desperate. So he is going to cast Time Stop.
Oh, close way.
And he would normally have 5 turns. Except that it ends when you
Do anything harmful
to anybody else, and he definitely wants to hurt you really bad.
He's gonna take use of time stop though, so he casts his buff spells first.
Now, he already had his buff spells. He already had his mage armor and stone skin.
I'm assuming a mage at his level knows about safe weapon.
I'm sure he does, but I don't.
Okay.
What about it?
It's time stop also forces durations to continue. So if he waits 5 turns before he casts a spell, the safe weapon will only need 2 turns till it's gone.
Okay.
And that would be the point where he would do something to help himself. Probably has some potions.
Yeah, he should.
But they're not Iron Man.
They're not spec'd on here, but yeah, he should.
Do you need the DMG real quick?
What page?
Depends on the spells.
I was thinking more potions.
Yeah,
Or-
you have to look for this potion.
Here, I'll just faster to look it up online.
Okay, gotcha. Right, I forget you have that. Whoops.
Okay.
As you can do that, he's just fucking himself because he don't know. Unless that's an obvious order.
Okay. Okay. So during the time stop, he waits for the sacred weapon to run out, and while he's waiting, he does drink a potion, recovers some hit points, and then on the last turn of the time stop, he is going to cast. So it would be 10, I believe. D4. Okay. He is going to cast 8th level magic missile on you. And he rolled a lot of ones. You got... So you end up taking 30. It was a lot of ones. Okay. And time snaps back to normal.
And the second I come back, because I can feel it's just not even playing. Really? That's the spell you cast?
Well, you're resistant to everything else, so yes, that's the spell he cast. You're either resistant or immune to everything else. I was like, maybe he just goes up and just shanks her with a dagger.
He literally doesn't realize it's absorbed elements that's cutting that resistance to the cold lightning.
Fuck.
So that's also why magic missile works.
Okay, so, good news for you, Ragnar. Bite missed. Claw, however, rolled a nat 20. And then 19 to hit, so I think that misses. And a 17 to hit, so that misses. So you only took 1 hit.
But luckily, because he's a 20th level barbarian, he doesn't lose his rage whenever he doesn't get hit. Yay.
And I can just rage all the
Well, the thing is, he would have taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
I'm learning to rage too, so I just stay raged all day long.
He didn't roll too great either. So even with the crit, you only took 11 damage. Halved. That's after half.
Okay, I was about to say, if you rolled 11 before that happened, I'm like, what?
He rolled 22. He rolled 22.
How you looking?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, it's your turn, Tatiana.
Sacred weapon on the demon. Over attack.
No, I'd say it's
It's tucked in the corner, so it's hard to say.
yeah, but it's pretty obvious which side is up.
You can see 13 too.
Yeah.
So over 20, way over 20.
How much over 20?
28.
Yeah. On the fiend?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, that's nice.
16, 28, 30, 37 plus 5 is 42.
42?
On the, yep.
Okay.
And then move up and cast protection from poison on you. You are immune to poison and the poison condition.
Okay.
Oh, and
That was what damage type again?
That was force.
Okay. Very nice.
Yep.
It's your turn, Ragnar.
Reckless attack on both attacks.
Okay. already played this song, didn't we? Let's
22
do
on the first one.
this one instead.
22 to hit on the first one.
On the Fiend?
Yeah.
Hits.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
So close. I wanted those brutals.
Yeah.
So 19 plus 13.
damage?
No, on the second one it hit. So
Oh.
19 plus 13, so.
32 hits.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
21 to hit. 21 damage on the first one.
21 damage. Okay. Hang on. 5.
14 on the second.
And 14.
Yep. 2 on 1.
The Fiend is starting to look pretty bloody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, that's turn 9 on...
And I'll take a push.
Okay.
Bonus action.
Okay.
as a bonus action.
I think we've done that before.
Under my keys game, yes.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
So I just have an old potion. So what is it?
2d4 plus 2. So basically negligible. What is it?
3. 3 so it's 8. That's 8 more damage. 8 more damage. I can take
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I will take it though.
We'll have to think about that one. How potions would should scale for this, so
Well,
that
the thing is, there's better potions.
yeah.
But it's what I had on.
Right. Okay.
Because we were only level 3 whenever I got it.
Right. Exactly. Okay. That's it for your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Their turn.
Yes. And
I'm within melee range now, so
of the Fiend?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to do it.
Oh yeah, you do.
Start of my turn, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's alright, I'm proficient in wisdom saving throws.
Yeah. I mean, mine's a 1. I just rolled crappy.
I got a +7, so I ain't worried.
Okay.
By the way,
And used that.
we did my 23 religion check and
Oh. Yeah, 23 did just barely pass. You have heard the whole Paragons thing in connection to 2 things. You've heard it in connection to like dark occult stuff, and you've heard it in connection with the nation of Charlayan.
okay.
As far as certain Charlayan scholars are called Paragons. No, actually scratch that. I was remembering incorrectly. I was thinking another term that ends in on.
Okay. So it's just a thing of occult.
Yeah, you don't quite recall anything more than that at this point.
So
Okay. So at this point, the mage. Wait, do I already have that one open rather than looking it up again? No, I don't. I must have closed it. No. So the mage is going to cast Lightning Bolt towards Ragnar this time. Dex save. Okay. It does. Okay. So you take half damage. So 27 halved to 13.
Still 200.
God.
Because I gave him 30 extra.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Took 8.
God.
That 8 helped me.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, because of Indomitable Rage, you have a minimum of 24 to hit.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Or at least that's how I'm reading it. If
Actually, how about I
Normal
just...
might?
Yeah, if your total for a strength check is less than your strength score, you can use that score in place of that. I'm assuming your strength is 20
There.
Yeah. So I can just use 24 to hit?
minimum. Assuming that's how you want to read it.
I thought it was just checks.
Yeah.
I think it happened.
I might not be remembering correctly. Double check.
Copy. There. You said your AC is 21? Okay. So,
he's attacking the barbarian.
the Pit Fiend is attack. Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. What was your AC?
21.
Okay. So, the bite misses, fortunately.
Yep.
The claw also misses. The rage and the tail, or the mace and the tail, sorry, they do connect.
Would shield change that?
Shield raises your AC by 5, correct?
Yep.
It will make the difference on the tail attack.
Okay.
It will not make a difference on the mace.
Gotcha.
So 2d6 plus 8.
It does say attack rolls.
The Indomitable Might feature. Could the Indomitable Might feature for the barbarian?
What does Indomitable Might do?
If your total for a strength check is less than your strength score, you can use that score to place the total.
If you're, I'm sorry, say that one more
If
time.
the total for a strength check is less than your strength score,
Okay.
you can use your strength score instead of the roll.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Would that consider attack rolls too?
It says your strength modifier to attack rolls.
I don't see how it would apply to attack rolls because attack rolls don't really use the strength check to as your AC.
The strength check to hit.
Oh, for him to hit the fiend?
Yep.
Okay. So you would be using the strength score minimum.
If that's the way.
So that means that you would have. What's your strength score? 24. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a straight barbarian.
That's the barbarian cap.
Yep. Okay.
That's my champion.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Sure.
Cool.
Let's go all the way with this. Okay.
With the same rule applying that if it's a 1.
You took 14 bludgeoning damage, by the way.
Is that non-magical?
It is magical.
Oh, that doesn't affect me.
However, you also take... No, you don't, because you're immune to fire damage.
Right.
So his flaming mace just hits you, and it feels warm and cozy. And,
That was both his turns.
yes. And at this point, behind you, you hear, "What the hell?" And
Don't worry, I got this. Sacred weapon. Finish off the feed.
sure.
And then hold person on the mage.
Okay.
DC 21.
If you can finish off the fiend.
Okay, yeah.
Does he have to do your check?
Do that. Way over 20? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
His AC is 19.
Cool.
The mage's AC is 15.
So 5, 13, 20, 35 plus 5 is 40.
40 damage?
Yep. To the fiend.
He's still up?
Yes, he's still up.
Hold person the mage then.
Okay.
DC 21.
DC 21. What is
Wisdom save.
wisdom?
Did
Blah.
you have to roll yours?
Yeah, he's gonna pass.
Luck.
Hmm?
I use a luck point. Make him reroll.
Did you enter the 20 place?
Fail.
The radius?
Oh yeah, that's right. The prime effect. Take care of that real quick. Plus 7, 15 save on the prime effect.
15
Yeah.
does not save.
So that just means I have disadvantage on the attack roll. Yeah, it still hits.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
And does he pass the second time?
No.
Yeah. Figured.
God. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. And that brings us back to Ragnar. As you guys see, or rather you hear, Ida and Papalimo approaching from behind you. And that was Ida who shouted out, "What the hell's?"
finish off the demon.
So I'm gonna reckless attack
Okay.
for both.
Hit him hard. It's under your left foot, William.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, yeah.
Almost dropped it again.
So 30 on the first one.
Hits.
Damn it! Against someone else.
What?
I've got 19.
19?
Oh no. So it'd be.
19 hits.
Oh yeah, but no, it was 19 on the die. I want the 20.
He wants the 20
I want the extra dice.
At 20th level, do you not have a thing that makes you crit on 19 and
No,
20?
Only the champion fighting.
Okay,
It's
okay,
on fighter.
okay.
They really didn't want you to have easy crits in this.
32.
32 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
For the first hit.
How do you want to do this?
14 and then it's.
It's dead.
How do you want to do this?
I ripped its horns off its head, jabbed it.
Okay, so you just run up to this thing and leap up its chest and rip the horns off of it, and it's bloodied enough that it's not able to resist you or fight you that much at this point. And it screams and wails in agony, and as you stab them right into its face, it just, and there's this horrible gurgle as it begins to dissipate into dark mist and fades away, and the darkness surrounding all of you fades as well.
The mage is still frozen.
The mage is still currently held.
He makes a saving throw at the end of the turn.
At the end of which turn?
At the end of his turn.
His turn.
He may make another saving throw.
Okay, well, he hasn't had another turn yet.
Wasn't that part of the... Oh, right. Ragnar finished his turn.
Okay, Ragnar finishes his turn. Yeah, then it is the mage's turn. So yeah, that's cocked. What's the save again?
21.
Yeah, he passes.
Luck.
Son of a bitch! And as you guys are just destroying this demon, Ida and Papa Limo are just looking at each other like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
I say quit gawking and arrest him.
And, alright, so he fails his save. But the strange thing is, make a perception check.
What dogs?
Sure, if you want to. You're the one maintaining the spell, though, with concentration, right?
Yes. 13.
13?
Yeah. I was mad.
Yeah. You're too busy focusing on the spell and yelling at
23.
Ida and Papa Limo. You notice then, as you're getting ready to turn on him to attack him next if he, tries to pull something again, you notice his head slump down. And
He died.
he seems to go unconscious despite the...
I think he wet himself.
Are you still holding?
Yes, I'm still holding him.
Okay.
I'm
So-
holding him until we actually have him gagged and bound.
Okay. But with this this victory under your belt, Ida and...
Go up to him and break his arms.
Sure.
Works.
Alright, I do that.
Break
Okay.
his arms while
And there's
tying him up. Yeah.
there's a kind of sickening crunch, and Papa Limo kind of shrinks back just a little bit, but and he turns to both of you and he says, "That did he?"
Summon that? Yes.
Well, fortunate that you were able to dispatch it and him.
No,
I'm-
his master dispatched of him.
Did he say anything?
He thought himself a paragon. But no, he's just a pawn.
Paragons. The Bringers of Chaos, or Asians to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct, so it's they who've been manipulating the beast tribes. And at this point, you hear more feet pounding in the grass, and you hear splashing in the stream as Lewin and several guards return. And Lewin comes running up. "Are you unharmed? Had I known this creature was near, I would have sent men, not called them away."
I'll be good.
We dispatched of it easily.
Easily, you say? And one of the men examines the body. Says, "There's no mistake, sir. This is the one who stirred the Ixal from their nest. Our intelligence was good. So this was the man who has eluded us for so long?" And Ida goes, "Right, you finally got him."
There's a bigger problem. This guy was somebody's pawn.
"Indeed, Papa Limo. We sensed an ominous presence and came here as swiftly as our legs would carry us. Well, Ida, it's good to know what we're up against anyway." And as you guys are talking, the body begins to disintegrate into the same sort of mist that the demon had.
I'm assuming that's as somebody else is actually trying to pick him up and move him.
Yeah, basically, they were starting to mess with the body, and My thanks as ever, at any rate. Quiverman, move out. To say you played an instrumental role in the success of this mission would scarcely do justice to your efforts this day. Upon your return to Gridania, pray visit me at Quivershold. I'll see to it that you receive the thanks you're due. And with that, he and his men turn to leave. And Ida turns to the two of you and says, "You're probably wondering why we always seem to appear when there's trouble, right?"
No, I kind of made a guess.
I think you caused the trouble, but
No, definitely not that.
It's almost never our fault. Almost.
we're here to fix it.
Well, despite what it looks like, Papa Limo and I are helping the Gridanians. And we've been doing so for a good few years, too. Did I mention we're not from around here?
Tell.
We're from Charlotte, and we couldn't just run away when others needed our help. Anyway, all's well that ends well, right? And Papa Limo says, "Yes, quite. We'd best be on our way. See you later."
Hey, you knew more about the Paragons than I did.
We've been researching their activities for some time. That they are connected to the beast tribes is most disturbing development. I'll have to speak with others of my order, and
I'm assuming your order is the only one that actually has information on them?
we don't have much. No one seems to know more than what you've seen. If I have any more information the next time we meet, I will be delighted to share.
Duly noted.
Take care. And with that, Papalimo and Ida turn to leave. What's your passive perceptions?
17.
The echo fades, by the way, at this point. You are back to your normal levels.
Yep.
17?
13.
13. Okay, so I actually expected that it would be Tatiana who would pass this save, so I put Tatiana on this. Tatiana notices something over on the ground near the tree.
Yep.
And it looks like a crystal shaped just like the one that you had seen previously.
And by previously, you mean with Earth Elemental?
The ones at Lifeman Stump.
The first crystal we found.
Gotcha.
Right.
And last time we touched one of those, we had one of those visions.
You did.
Do I notice where she's
The
looking?
crystal disappeared after that?
You do.
I go pick it up.
It did not.
Okay.
Instead, actually, you found that you each had one in your packs, identical to each other, the same color.
Gotcha.
I go pick it up.
You go pick it up. As you go to do so, it also disintegrates
Damn it.
before you can get to it. What else?
I checked my pack. See, there's a second one.
There is not,
Okay.
but you do still have the first one. Anything else right now?
I start heading back.
Okay.
I say, wait, let me investigate this area further. And I'm going to go cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. Just getting some music running. And turn that back up so that it's audible at least. So detect magic as a ritual.
Yep.
And that will what, cause it to automatically succeed? Or?
I see all the magical auras in the area
Okay.
and sort of magical effects.
Okay. You see a similar etheric residue to what you saw at Spirit Hold. That is that knowing that ether is one of the materials that basically composes the body, this man had an extraordinary concentration of it. Usually that sort of high concentrate... Huh?
So he's like a water bottle. Yeah, water bottle overflow.
Yeah, in a way, it's like it was very densely packed within him. I'm gonna go ahead and close those. Watch out for your life to flash before your eyes there. So, yeah, the ether is very densely packed, high concentration. That would normally kill a person. You had, the ether sickness when you were at one point first coming to Gridania. Ether has a balance within the body and so on, so.
Exactly what I already knew, but good to know that there's nothing else here. And I take.
Yeah, I mean, you see the remnants of the rift that the pit fiend had come from. So.
I go ahead and I take out a bottle and I just scoop up the super concentrated dirt.
Okay. With the high ether concentration. Okay. Wherever it appears the richest.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm assuming you don't want to wait for me to actually make a chest.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Make a chest.
Channel Arcana, I can throw down enough coin since it's a metal component of the item and create a chest and create a non-natural item of up to 100 gold.
Oh, okay.
But it takes an hour to do.
Ah,
And it's young divinity, so
gotcha.
nobody has time for that.
That's down.
Okay. So you guys heading back to Gridania?
Have a good lunch.
Get lunch. Okay. Stopping at the Carlin Canopy?
Yep.
All right.
I'm hungry.
Oh. I'll see you later. I got an action study this.
I'll pull up that one instead. That's more dining. Okay.
I take a quick stop at whatever the hero's hall is.
At the... Oh, for the hearers?
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads you toward Stillglade Fane, which is hollowed out place. Actually, do I have a picture of it or not? Nope, I didn't get to that one. It's an enormous tree stump that this area is carved out into the center of it, and so the conjurers have their center of operations there. So they do a lot of the healing work and so on, and the majority of communing with the elementals.
Casters of this land, yeah. So I go ahead and I say, I have an urgent matter to speak with the hero about.
The receptionist kind of nods to you. Certainly, just a moment. I'll get Brother Esumi on for you. And she disappears into the next room, and a moment later she opens the door back in, waves you in, and you see several students seated on the floor, dimly lit place, and a young Pajal male is headed over to you, and he looks probably about 11 or 12, dark hair, he's got the little Pajal horns, looks up at you, shakes your hand. Greetings. I hear that you have an urgent matter to discuss.
Is about the recent attack on the right tree.
Oh yes. Were you?
We were the party that ended up defeating the Archmage.
Oh, what a pleasure to meet you.
I go and I pull out the water bottle filled with like ether-rich soil.
Okay.
And I say, when we were about to capture the Archmage, so I think his master killed him instantly without being seen. So probably a contingency spell, but long story short, we don't have any answers as to what the real threat is. And all we've got is ether left from his body disappearing.
Okay. And he kind of looks at the bottle for a minute. Out of character. What are you trying to? Are you wanting to know if it was indeed a kill move or?
Basically, I'm doing a general asking the sages of the town.
Right.
Hey, what do you know about this? And I give context by saying this guy claimed to be a paragon.
Okay.
He summoned X and X.
Okay.
Surviving it.
You know, before the calamity, there was... Beastmen were using some sort of rituals, summoning their gods. Primals, they're called. It had consistency with this sort of magic here. This is also consistent with a lot of the corruption that we've been seeing in the forest. So, likely the root cause, which I'm sure it has been impressed upon you already, but at the risk of redundance, I should thank you once more for saving the guardian tree. The results could have been disastrous. At any rate, any road, I know only what you know about this. This is something desperately foul. I'm afraid I can only tell you the obvious, that it seems a magician of your caliber already knows.
Yeah, but the connection to the master, we can't find.
What did you see happen exactly?
So you talk about the end, so cast hold person, so paralyze him, and then suddenly his neck just crack.
His neck?
Well, was it the neck?
Was it?
Oh, he just
Well, he kind of just passed out.
So, lost consciousness, and then the second we tried to touch him, his body disappeared.
I did technically
Just
Yeah. Let me switch music here. That seems more appropriate. He went limp, and then the body disappeared into its ether. Dispersed.
Right.
Did you, by any chance, try to see the ether in him during the battle?
Unfortunately, I don't have that ability.
I'm trying to decide whether you would have seen it naturally. You probably do have detect magic.
I have
but
I wouldn't have cast it in the middle of the fight. For sure.
that's true.
But I had dark vision up, but that doesn't mean anything either.
Yeah. What if the creature you fought wasn't... Perhaps he was composed entirely of ether. Like an eidolon of some kind, or... It's just a theory. May not be right. But it might explain the sudden departure and decomposition. The master withdraws the spell, the vessel goes empty.
But this is a spell that the master has concentrated on.
From wherever he is. If that theory is sound. Who can say?
If we were able to see the ether in the middle of the combat, will we see the string connecting to the master?
Well, I think that you would see... I think that you would at least see a much... I think they would look very shining with ether, because there's nothing there but ether. I think you would see an extraordinary concentration of it, not just in the soil, but in the person himself.
Right. And then there's an ether line from the person to the master.
In theory, yes, but this is also the same way that aetherites connect one city to another. The lines may exist, but they're so thin and so spread out that
Okay.
I don't see how you would see it. But in theory, possibly.
Possibly. So we just have to have better vision. Because even the smallest piece of fish that you can see if you focus hard enough on it.
Yes, perhaps.
Then in that case, I have just one question.
What's that?
Do you have an item that could assist me in this task?
Unfortunately, I don't think I do. I'm afraid I'm at a loss there.
That's fine. I think we'll be stuck doing paperwork for another day at least.
Paperwork?
Sorry. Is there paperwork for the Adventurers Guild or?
Oh,
Yeah,
you already did it.
okay, cool. So at this rate, we might be here a little bit longer. Let's just research that.
If I hear anything, I'll certainly let you know.
Thank you.
And my thanks to you as well for your service this day. Sincerely. All right.
Gotcha. And so I have a connection to this guy, brother. So and so.
Esumiyan.
Isumiya.
E-SUMI-YAN.
Brother. Isumiyan.
Yes.
Okay.
All Pajal have that kind of weird thing with the name. Men have that single letter in the front. Women have that single letter in the middle.
Okay.
So, going back out into Gridania.
But I think go back to the first store. I have to receive my pay.
Okay.
in these last 2 missions.
Okay. For the last mission, each received 150 gold.
Nice.
And Mion didn't have paperwork for the second one as far as it being formally submitted, but she takes care of it a little bit later, and she is able to get another 150 for you.
Oh, good.
Yes, Abrupt. Gold, because it's just easier for them to work with. Because if I used gil, then we would be talking in the number of copper, basically. So, simpler just to keep the currency system we have. Now, and Mother Mion tells you now, I think... Right, Bowmaster Lewin, the first Bow Lewin, he sent word that he would like to see you at Quiver's Hold as well. Silent pill. No. No, Abrupt. No.
And I go ahead and I ask Mother Mia, you know anyone who's got an allows you this sea magic?
Have you met... There are 2 wanderers from not around here, but they help out from time to time, named Ida and Papalimo.
Yes. They always disappear before I can actually ask them anything.
Have you by chance noticed the goggles that they wear? That's exactly what they do.
Of course there is. Let me guess. They're part of their secret organization, so they're not selling them.
Well, they are Charlayan Innovations, I believe. I don't know that they're exactly a secret technology, but certainly not easy to come by.
That's all I need to know. You don't happen to know what they're called, do you?
I couldn't say, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, you had our lunch.
Yes, you have had your bland lunch at the Carlin Canopy.
And I
I'm on
can't.
like my 3rd helping.
I mean, I can't make vinegar this time, so
You can't make it. Oh, yeah.
I can only make 2 gallons a day.
Yeah.
Basically, I choose a liquid and that's it.
Okay. Well, Mion noticed that earlier, so she does bring out some vinegar, and she just kind of sets it on your table, and she kind of smirks at you.
It's like helping everybody at least get something. Besides greens.
She goes, "What's the matter with greens?"
You need something to complement everyone's.
Fair. That's fair. Well, that's what nuts are for.
Well, it's more than just the nutritional complements. It's about the different textures, the different flavors. Like nuts basically just add punch.
Okay, we're not getting into a discussion about food. She's like, okay, have it your way. So what are we doing next?
I'm assuming we're going to have a good topic.
Let's go talk to Rio.
A fruity elf. Alright, so you head for the God's Quiver headquarters. And in Lewin's office, where was it? Oh, welcome back, fellows. Your exploits of the Guardian Tree are the stuff of songs. The men haven't stopped talking about it all day. Well, allow me to thank you again for helping us to defend the tree. Not only did you put the invading Ixal to rout, you confronted the Masked Mage and his fell minion and emerged the victors. I have good men and women under me, none of whom give me cause for complaint, but you're a class apart. Strength, determination, your heart, you have all the makings of great adventurers. Mion is seldom mistaken in her appraisals, and well, she's plainly not mistaken now. Gridania is stronger for your presence. And at that moment, the door opens.
He goes busting in. Aren't the adventurers being like, man, they had all the fun stuff. All we did was knock a couple of arrows.
In walks, you recognize this person immediately. She is the head of state. This is Kane Senna, and she is the elder seed seer of Gridania. And the soldiers immediately salute with the twin adder salute, which is basically like this. Are these the adventurers who defended the Guardian Tree? I'm come to express my gratitude for your valiant efforts. I am informed that a group of singularly talented adventurers now walks amongst us. My name is Kane Senna, and it is my solemn charge to watch over all who call Gridania home. That's a little bit too loud, isn't it, guys? Let me turn that down for you.
So at that, I say, it is a shame that it was only a puppet.
It is a start, and it's better than we had done so far. Well met, and may I officially welcome you to our fair nation. It was your valor that won us this day. On behalf of all Gridanians, I offer you my humblest thanks, and I hope that you will ever remain a friend to Gridania. Green Bliss is tonight. It's an age-old ceremony to renew the bond between man and elemental. Over the centuries, it has blossomed into a joyous festival encompassing Gridanians from every walk of life. I would be most gratified if you would participate in the ceremony as emissaries. And as soon as she says this, there is immediately a gasp from the soldiers in the room. There is a reaction, kind of stunned.
I know what that means.
Huh?
I'm assuming I know what that means with my 16 passive.
No, you don't.
Oh.
I look forward to seeing you on that most joyous of days. Till then, fare you well.
I go ahead before she goes out, I say, I guess it would be a lot more symbolic if we purified the evil that came from the puppet.
Certainly. Or leave it behind. And she takes her leave. May you walk in the light of the crystal. And once... Oh wow, I had more images to show there, but yeah. Once she leaves, Lewin tells you, none in Gridania can doubt your worth, gentlemen, but to receive such praise from the Elder Seedseer, nor is that the half of it. She chose you to play the role of emissary, for God's sakes. Outsiders. You have any idea what that means?
Nope, not a clue.
Of course you don't.
I say,
Why don't you tell us?
I think I have some sort of idea, but...
Well, I don't hold it against you. You're not forest born. Which is rather the point. Mistake me not, I think you worthy, but your selection is all but unprecedented. And I'll wager you haven't the faintest inkling what's required of you. There are preparations the emissary should complete ahead of time. Go and consult Miyun regarding the matter. She's overseeing the arrangements for the event. Now, yeah, just get going and go see her. The ceremony can't commence without the emissary, and just...
Yeah, I'm assuming there's a specific time I can't be done by.
It's just after sunset. Just don't make a hash of this. All right. Heading back to Miyun?
Yep.
Okay.
Because at this point it's like, great. We are the maitre d' of this nation's New Year's Eve.
You know, I hadn't really thought of it as their New Year's Eve, but yeah, you could call it that. Yeah, so you get to Miyun and you discover that she is very well connected. Because as soon as you walk in the door, she goes, well, if it isn't the emissaries themselves. She calls this out where the whole restaurant can hear. If I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked a pie. You are full of surprises.
Now, what's in the pie?
Eel.
Oh, this is spicy.
You truly are full of surprises, but let's speak of preparations. So, as you no doubt already know, Green Bliss, age-old ceremony strengthening the bond between man and elemental. These days, though, the name also refers to the festival at large. In the ceremony, the emissary serves as a conduit, a bridge between the people and the guardians of the Twelveswood. The role is just ceremonial today. Suffice it to say, though, that it's no small honor. The Elder Seedseer does not choose mankind's representative on a whim. Seldom in history have non-Forestborn been chosen for the role, which should give you an idea of the magnitude of this honor. For your part, you are required to wear a ceremonial artifact, which is presently in the keeping, and she goes and checks her books, presently in the keeping of Timber Master Beaton. Yes, unfortunate name. Beaton, with an I, not an E. Go to the Carpenters Guild, collect it from the man, and return to me for further instructions.
Of course. Edge quest.
Heading to the Carpenters Guild, I assume? Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, you get to the guild desk, and you smell fresh pine, freshly cut pine, and all of that. You hear buzzsaws in the back. Not buzzsaws, sorry, but hand saws.
Like, what?
You know, actually, buzzsaw is probably not out of the question, but in this case, you hear hand saws. Yeah.
Yeah, they have buzzsaws going.
And at the back of the workshop, overseeing them, you do find the guild master, huh?
Another fruity.
So you're the emissaries to be. Miyun sent word you'd be coming to collect this ceremonial artifact. Good news is it's ready. And he hands out a pair of these just enclosed boxes, and they are locked at the moment. It is ready, painstakingly crafted by these very hands and from the rarest of materials.
What happens if I break it?
Take it along with this warning. Get so much as a scratch on the thing, and I will make an unceremonial artifact out of you.
Okay,
Okay?
just checking.
All right.
Never know.
Back to Miyun?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you just fast forward past the fetch quest and just have the clear text?
Right. Well, let's see what you have in that box. She opens it up. Oh, these are perfect. She holds them up, and each one is a wooden mask. These are the finest Monoa masks I've ever laid eyes on. He's outdone himself this time. In case he didn't mention, the masks are crafted from consecrated lumber rendered up by the guardian tree solely for use in the ceremony. In other words, it's priceless. Handle it with care. And with that, your preparations are complete.
Okay.
The venue should just about be in order as well, so if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them.
Yeah. What the heck does it say, Ron?
I just throw it in the bag of holding.
If you're feeling nervous, it's fine. Never fear. Despite all the pomp and ceremony surrounding it, there's really nothing to being emissary. All you're really required to do is wear the mask, stand up straight, and look dignified. I've done it myself. The more involved aspects of the proceedings are handled by others, so your part is quite simple. The ceremony will be held at Miketo's amphitheater. When you're ready, head for the caretaker there, a woman named Estain.
What time is it now?
It's getting close to sunset.
Wonderful.
Would you like me to rewind time just a little bit and give you more
I
time?
would have cast Find Familiar at some point, but
Okay.
that takes like an hour.
Okay.
So probably not actually.
Okay. Yeah, not at
Unless I
the...
cast it during the long rest.
Yeah, probably not at the moment.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So then, heading for Miketo's amphitheater, as you arrive, you see a bit of a crowd gathering. And by the time you get there, Mion has arrived.
So who's the blue shirt?
Just a random NPC.
Okay.
And as you arrive, you see...
Carried his saw with him?
Huh?
So he carried his saw with him.
I guess so.
I mean, I guess you can use it as a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess she just came here straight from work, I guess.
You don't carry a saw like that ever.
Well, you know.
You never know.
Anime, I know.
All right. And so as you guys get there, you also notice Kane Senna arriving, and she kind of looks at you and, where are the masks? Have you got them?
Yes.
You put it on? Okay.
I'm assuming that I was going to wait until the ceremony starts, because it's still early, so treat them with respect.
As long as you have them, it's all right. You can mingle for a few minutes if you would like, but otherwise, if there's nothing that you want to ask in particular, then we'll just go ahead and move on in.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I don't think it's proper to take this fast forward through conversation. Get background characters.
Yep. Okay. So as the ceremony gets started, Kane Senna proceeds up
Actually, your mask's pretty cool.
the center of the amphitheater. Yeah.
They'll probably have more ceremonial robes on.
Okay.
I would have cared.
With the two of you following behind.
I have the magic shirt, so just
Anybody want to make a perception check?
might as well. No.
People are quietly clapping and
13.
That's I rolled an 8.
I rolled my passive.
okay. Well, you do notice then, Ragnar, the Moogle off to the side.
Hey, there's a furball.
But as
So he's talking about there's a furball.
And so Kane Senna gets up to the stage, and she lifts her hands and says, "May the emissaries find favor with the elementals." And casts a bit of light, and you know there's some sparkles, and some people kind of cheer and politely clap a little bit.
Fairy fire.
Two other Pajal enter nearby. You have not met these two before, and you don't recognize them, but they are young man and woman. They also perform several ceremonial gestures. You see Ida and Papa Limo in the crowd, cheering as well.
Hey, there's Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Which one's which? And as this is going on, there's I think you almost notice it from the crowd first. But they all kind of turn and focus on you guys, like looking a little bit more closely at you. Like there's a few gasps, and Kane Senna turns to you and looks as well, and there's something glowing. It's, as you check, the crystal that you have is glowing through the satchel, or yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting thing. How does something glow in a different plane?
Well, there's a hole, but what? And Kane Senna, what is that? Is
Pulls it out and like.
and she does a double take, and she comes closer. She goes, Is that a crystal of light?
Probably.
No idea. Trying to close my back up.
She thinks for a second. Tell me true. Has the Mother Crystal revealed herself to you?
I'm assuming the
Have-
giant crystal.
Have you experienced symptoms akin to ether sickness of
Yes.
late? That Heidelin would speak directly to these people. She kind of thinks about it for a minute. Allow me to explain. There once were dauntless... There once were dauntless adventurers who fought in the name of Eorzea. When the primals threatened to bleed the land dry, these men and women rose to face them. When the Garlean Empire resumed its war of conquest, they rushed to the realm's defense. And when it was foretold that Dalamud would fall, they fought with all their strength to deliver us from certain doom. But as strong and as brave as they were, they, like so many, disappeared among the flames at Carteneau. None have forgotten the heroes who gave all for the sake of this realm, but when we try to recall their names, we find the pages of our memories blank, as if bleached by the sun. And when we try to recall their faces, we see them only in silhouette, as if they stood betwixt us and a blinding glare. Hence have these heroes come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Beholding all of you illuminated by the glow of the crystal, I couldn't help but be reminded of them. Don't mistake my meaning. It's not... The crystal didn't just choose you to do great things. It chose you for a reason. A logical reason. Trust its guiding light, and all shall be revealed in good time. Though none can say for certain what the future will bring, it is my belief that you may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm. For the power of the echo resides within you.
Yep.
Constitution saving throw.
Wonderful. Natural 1.
Okay.
21.
21, okay.
Someone's passing
The
out.
instant that she says echo, you guys both feel a splitting headache, very intense. And yeah, you actually do notice yourself beginning to fall as everything goes dark.
I'll catch her.
The next thing that you see is something that's probably familiar to you. You see Dalamud in the sky. And the commanders gathering, overseeing the Battle of Cartano.
Oh, wonderful.
So, you're not able to see each other. Actually, no, I'll say you are. You can see each other,
In our
and you can...
15 forms.
Huh?
In our level 15 forms from that battle.
Well, I mean, you can see each other observing at this present time. Your level 15 people are off in the distance somewhere too small to make out. You do see Bahamut raging in the distance, but... so you are able to walk around and observe as these events unfold. But you notice Raban al-Din, whom you recall meeting. I don't think you ever quite met her, but that was Admiral Merle Wib. And then you see Kane Senna there. Perception checks.
Different dice this time.
Okay.
Natural 1 again.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah. Just added all my dice.
7. Okay.
Nope.
So I passed to 13.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
So you guys don't really notice anything sooner than she does, except that you do kind of notice her.
Because I'm actually observing them
Yeah.
more than.
You notice her focusing on something, but she seems to be distracted, and she keeps glancing off to the right at some times. And as you follow her gaze, that's when you notice a figure on the hillside.
And that figure is.
Well, she turns to glance, and then she finally just turns her full attention to it and just glares at him like, I see you. And Merle Wib turns and, is aught amiss? Kane Senna just stares at him for a moment. He doesn't move, doesn't seem to respond. But she just says, we're being watched. Kane Senna's necklace looks like a cute little sheep in some of these close-ups. Yeah, I didn't really think of that, but yeah. So off in the distance, though, you see that figure on the hill, and in time, the vision seems to just shift without you even willing it, and your presence moves over towards that hillside. And you see that there's actually two figures. From the angle she was standing at, she could only see one.
Master and apprentice.
That is actually what you gather at first, because you notice that one has much more elaborate markings, the elaborate shoulder pauldrons and all of that going on here. This one, with the more elaborate pauldrons, you actually do recognize him from the initial vision that you had with the red mask rather than the black one. And there, that's a better comparison shot. And he says, again, in this other tongue, but you managed to understand it regardless, that I should live to behold Bahamut once more. Magnificent. The eons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I'm aware of them. Pay them no mind. They're powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. And he kind of revels in the glory as the destruction rains down. And with that, the echo fades. You guys gradually find yourselves coming to, headache starting to dissipate.
And in beds instead of outside.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, the ceremony is over, etc., etc., etc. And I wake up at that point and we're like, fucking ageless beings.
Ah, look who's back in the land of the living, As you hear Mion. She's in the far end of the room, and the four of you are all, because yes, the other two players who aren't here, their characters are still, and the four of you are all in the same room along with Mion. She's sitting at a table drinking tea, kind of watching over you. She stands and comes over to you. You remember anything of what happened?
The ceremony, yeah.
Yeah, you collapsed in the middle of it. Gave us all a good fright.
Just another one of those light visions.
Huh. I must say you're heavier than you look. And that's saying something. Well, you've hardly stopped of late. Your exertions must have caught up with you or something. But you adventurers are nothing if not resilient. Fair enough. Seeing as the worst is past, I'll take my leave, return to my duties. Oh, I almost forgot. The Elder Seed Seer told me that she would like to see you when you felt well enough.
Of course.
She was almost as worried about you as I was, bless her. When you're back on your feet, be sure and pay her a visit. It's at the Lotus Stand, not far from Stillglade Fane.
Is it the next morning?
It is the next morning, yes.
Oh, I go get breakfast.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're eating breakfast together. And while we're eating breakfast, I'm going ahead and starting to cast the ritual cast and find familiar.
Okay.
And by the end of it...
Oh, I had actually planned this as if it was going to still be night, but yeah, that's fine. We'll call it morning.
Which form's can I take again?
What's what?
Which forms can you take again? Because I don't want to just do that one, because that was just too cheesy.
Was there... I'm trying to remember if there was one that we said no to.
I'll choose bat.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I'm assuming we're saying no to owl and all the fish stuff.
I mean, you could do that. I wouldn't say no to those, I don't think.
Gotcha. Because I know the owl was the cheesiest one.
Was it?
Yeah. It's the one that has flyby, 100
20-foot dark vision.
Oh, okay.
Advantage on perception.
Yeah.
Etc. Yeah. Like, it's so bad, it makes it to where it's mandatory for that spell, basically. Unless you're a pact of the Chain Warlock, and even then, you don't want to pact of Chain Warlock. So,
There we go. And there.
so while we're eating
Mhm.
sense of vanilla, Brian walked around the room.
Okay. You're just doing this in the middle of the restaurant?
Oh, right, we're in the restaurant.
I mean, you can take it back to your
right in
room.
my room.
Okay.
I would do it in the middle of the restaurant, but that's just rude. Especially since it's kind of one of those things where I have to set up a brazier and everything.
Oh yeah. That might get a few stern looks.
Yeah.
Of course, you're also setting up a burning brazier in a wooden inn room, so
Well, the thing is,
They don't know that.
you set up fire safety.
yeah, I'm not gonna burn the inn down because unless you really pissed me off.
No.
Okay, so you managed to finish this ritual, and you're familiar, so you have your little bat.
It's, I'm assuming, a Fae based. Fae Fiend or Celestial. I'll let you choose.
Yeah, we'll say Fae. I may rethink that,
Okay.
but for now we'll say Fae. Anything else at this moment?
I'll just, as we're walking to the place, I'll just mage armor, dark vision, purple.
Okay, you're doing your morning ritual stuff. Okay. And as you get to Stillglade Fane, you see a couple of guards near the path to the Lotus Stand. You're the emissaries, are you not?
Yep.
Bid you welcome. The Elder Seeds here left word that you would be joining her at the Lotus Stand. May I show you in?
Of course.
He shows you in, and as I said, I was anticipating this still being done at night. So there you go. So the Lotus Stand is a series of small, large actually, tree trunks that are sitting in the middle of this pond. And into the center of these trunks are carved, designs and laid beautiful stones and things like that. And there's a large conference table. The large table has 3 seats at it. But Kane Senna is there, and the 2 other Pajal that you saw before are here as well. I don't have pictures of them because they're not actually there in the real cutscene, but I am saying that they're here.
Gotcha. So those are the Pajals from the ceremony?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, Kane Senna turns to you. I've looked forward to your coming, friends. But tell me, are you recovered?
Yeah, it was just a vision.
A vision? The Mother Crystal again?
Yes. Were you able to make out the shape you saw in the distance during the battle of
The echo again. No, it looked like a man. I couldn't see any more than that. There was a sense of oppressive darkness, but corrupted ether. But there was corrupted ether everywhere.
Go ahead and give you a little more context. From the vision last night, we were able to be within his field of vision. He knew we were there, but only able to observe.
He did.
Yes. Also, he said he was around the last time this exact sort of event happened, so that means he's old enough to experience the sixth calamity.
That was the sixth calamity.
Fifth calamity.
Bahamut wasn't responsible for a calamity before that.
Who knows
As-
the Bahamut?
Oh, I know, but she's rolling her history check, and she does not pass.
But it's a cyclic thing.
However, her sister does. And another young Pajal. You see the facial resemblance to Kane, but red hair in pigtails. Clearly a white mage. She walks out and she says, Bahamut was last unleashed in the third astral era during the Allegan Empire. Supposedly that's when Dalamud was first sent into the sky. It wasn't common knowledge before it fell, but now that the pieces are scattered all over Eorzea, you can see one in the North Shroud. It was clearly of Allegan origin. But Bahamut then was... I don't know. I don't know who summoned him. But... that was the third astral era, so the Allegan Empire, and that was... how many thousand years ago? Well, enough. And if even the Allegans could only capture him, not destroy him, that is frightening indeed. And Kane nods and says, I agree. We're very fortunate that his devastation did not continue, even though we don't really recall what happened. In any case, I hope you won't doubt the earnestness of my concern for you, but I would ask a favor of you. Nor can I deny that I summoned you here in part with this in mind, but know that I only proceed on the understanding that you are rested and well. Are you bored? Okay.
It's for the visual stuff.
Okay. I appreciate you hearing me out. I've written a letter here to my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless souls and left countless more bereft and alone. Sorry, I'm adjusting volume again. In the dark days that followed, many were the survivors who thought themselves less fortunate than the dead. 5 years have come and gone, but the land and the people still bear the wounds of the devastation. Nor are we any closer to learning the fate of the Warriors of Light, but...
That's sort of...
You chuckling in character?
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't figured it out yet?
They literally can't. It is hidden to them. They have no idea.
Like, you still can't figure it out after last night.
They really can't.
Wow. Okay.
But you say that though. She says, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Listen, there are as many different versions of what happened as there are people willing to talk about it. Everything is muddled. There aren't any facts that we can...
Well, at this point, I'm quite interested, like, this fact.
I should think that if you had been there, I would have remembered meeting you.
The magic around probably is obscuring. I don't know, let's just stop. Probably some bullshit about changing of eras. Can't make it too easy.
I would love to think that the Warriors of Light have returned, but, well...
I've already seen what we're capable of.
You have a point, but I don't think it's you that I remember.
But you don't know.
I suppose not. Still.
Divine magic is something you can't really undo. Is correct, of course.
Perhaps. In any case, we need to not give up hope. Maybe you are. Maybe you're right. But either way, we owe this to those who did lay down their lives, that we might behold another dawn. In remembrance of them, a memorial service will soon be held on the anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. And this missive, this letter, bears the details of that service. I have 2 copies of it. You graciously served as emissaries in the recent ceremony, so should you be so willing, I would now make you my envoys and have you bear my message to our allies. Your dedication to the people of Gridania does rouse fond memories in me, and I would choose no other for the role. So, will you do me this favor?
Of course.
I thank you. As you are...
And at this point, I think I go ahead and say, there's one more question that I have about Richard. There is reappearing a man wearing a mask and inscribed mask. Does the mask pull up any dropping memories?
I can't say it does. But I'm not exactly the most knowledgeable of such dark things. As you're no doubt aware, our partners in the Eorzean Alliance are some considerable distance away. Nor are Ul'dah and Limsa Lominsa close to one another. But I have no intention of subjecting you to a journey which could take weeks by land. No, I mean for you to travel by air.
Wonderful.
So, and she hands you an airship pass. Receive of me this airship pass. Now, with it, you may make use of the skyways that connect the 3 city-states. The airship landing is situated on the lower floor of the roofs below the Carlin canopy. Just show your pass and you'll be admitted to the departure area with proper fees and so on. But the fees are modest. Before you embark on your journey, Seek Mion's wisdom. Always a good idea. Few forest-born Gridanians know more of the lands beyond the Twelveswood than she. In better times, airships were available for the convenience of one and all.
But these days,
Well, the risk that our crafts may fall to Imperial attack has forced a reduction in the number of flights. So it's become necessary to restrict air travel only to those whose need is great. Such individuals can petition the relevant parties to be issued an airship pass, and obviously I am one such party.
very well.
I should tell you I wasn't alone in desiring that you be granted that privilege. Such is the potential you show. We have no doubt that you will reward our faith in you. So, I bid you journey forth as my envoy into the great realm of Eorzea, walk her fields, brave her seas, and strive to know her better.
Understood.
Wherever you go, go without fear, for the path shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. Go by the crystal's light. Set forth and discover your destiny.
Gotcha.
Oh, and my manners. My sister, Raya Osena, and my brother, Abrun Senna. And they both kind of...
But that's honest.
Anything that you would like to say or do or ask or examine or look around, anything like that while you're still here.
How long was the trip?
By air, probably about 3 hours.
Oh.
No, wait, sorry, I'm thinking Gridania to Ul'dah. To Limsa, which will probably be for... Well, actually, it'll be up to you. It'll be your choice. Ul'dah, probably 3 or 4 hours. Limsa Lomensa, probably about 6. Limsa is the pirate city that's off on its own island. Yes, it is. And Ul'dah is the jewel of the desert and mercantile capital of... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would I have enough time to, with this ether-rich materials we have,
Yes.
craft a magic item? An uncommon magic item.
Kane Senna hasn't put you on a schedule. You don't have a...
I mean, I figured it'd be efficient to craft while on the way there.
Oh, on the flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, you could do that. Anything else you'd like to do while you're still at the Lotus Stand?
Go find the kingdom folks.
Okay.
Go find that.
What is... Wait. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Okay. So you are in character going to wear that from now on. Send it to me later and I'll implement it.
And I'll probably some sort of
Okay. I can send you a couple of casual examples. So back to
what's actually happening.
okay. So are you going back to the Carlin Canopy? Okay.
Which one's that? The airship?
The Carlin Canopy is the restaurant.
Oh, right.
The airship landing is just below the restaurant. So when you head first,
Well, I figure since he's going clothes shopping, I'll use that time to go back to brother
it's Sumiyan.
Sumiyan.
Okay, sure.
So how much does it cost?
Okay. Okay, are we looking at just strictly cosmetic here? We're not going for magic stuff, or because obviously that's where the cost is going to be.
Do they have magic?
Just an outfit.
If you're
I know.
okay, so well, if you're going for clothes, you've got two options. There's Fenyi's Fineries, which is an actual clothing store in Gridania, and most of their stuff is locally made. And then there's the markets, which is where you'll find a lot of your imported goods from Ul'dah. That's where you'll find magical stuff and all of that.
Or more on, I guess, on the magical side, so it don't have to be constantly wearing.
Okay. Okay. The markets are such that you can basically tell me what you're looking for, and I'll let you know if you're able to get it and how much. So, stat-wise, is there an item that you would like to... Keep in mind, Limsa has its own markets as well. And I don't recall if it was you or Quota who was asking before about big magic axes and stuff, and
I think both of us.
both of you were okay. And it was
I did find one though.
and it was suggested that
Thunder or something.
you ask around in Ul'dah. What now?
It was like Mighty Thunder or something. And it did lightning and all that.
Okay. I think I know the one you mean. And it was one of those big two-handed axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just the closest thing I could find to someone that was lightning based.
Okay. You probably won't be able to get one that actually does that yet.
Yeah. No, I
But-
figured that'd be the higher level.
Yeah.
grade, but
Yeah.
it's the same. It'd be what would it look like, essentially.
Okay.
Kind of more towards that barbarian side, so I don't have to change between armor and clothes.
Okay.
I think that's what I'd go for.
Okay. Send that one to me as well.
Not without the horns, but haven't said yet.
Yeah, not the image. Send me the actual the actual link so that I can find out what the equipment is.
I just took a screenshot of that right there.
Oh, perfect. That's what I need. Same for the other one.
Oh, it's fine.
If you're going for the other one as well.
I think that one.
Okay. Says it's 72 in here. It feels like 82 to me. Maybe it's because I've been talking for 4 hours. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Not wearing down.
Just not what?
Just like wearing down part.
Okay.
Beyond that.
Hey, thanks for giving Rand those bits!
Subway 20 bonus 2. Have a snack and to make sure to hydrate.
Thank you, Zomeza. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the bits. Dude, we were getting a storm of those earlier, just a few at a time. Yeah, appreciate it very much. And yeah, try to hydrate. Actually, I'm drinking a Coke, which is kind of the opposite of hydrating, so
It's still liquid.
Yeah, so.
not good for hydration. That's something my parents used to say to me though. Oh, you need to drink more water, and I would hold this up and be like, first ingredient.
I mean, my buddy who drank a lot of Dr. Pepper up in Colorado was hydrated, and we didn't drink a lot of water. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's from a doctor. So.
Okay, so if you're just going for basically indestructible,
Con magic item.
yeah,
I just can't think of anything that would fit in with you, really.
that's like 50 max or something, isn't it? Yeah. So
Unless you can think of something that would be beneficial.
Well, there are a lot of uncommon people. It's just
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to get something back. I know ring of protection, I get that. So stuff like that, it's like,
the ring protection is rare.
yeah, but there's like the little, like, stuff that I'm
Okay.
familiar
Are
with.
you able to swim?
When raging, yes.
Do you have swim speed all raging? As a desert?
No, because I do tundra. Or a sea.
Oh, so you chose sea, not
Okay.
desert.
I did desert for whenever you enter rage, you choose.
You choose when you hit level 3, and then you stick with it, and then every time you level after that.
I didn't, it's not the way that worked, so it sounded weird.
It's in the Xander's Guide.
Yeah. It didn't sound like that's the way it worked. And I could be wrong.
The inner rage and I can pick like a chest perception.
You can change your environmental choice whenever you gain a level. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't see the whole time. Alright, that was my bad then. Just the wording on it's weird.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem with pretty much every D&D thing is that they put all the flavor text in front in this edition, and they put like one word that's the mechanic.
Okay.
It's like most players don't care about the fluff; they want the mechanic first.
All right, you're able to find what you were looking for.
But if you want to click on the magic ray, that's uncommon magic item. That
Well,
gives you.
because I'm just going to do see the whole time. Then.
Okay.
So my second storm soul gives me that.
Cool.
Gives me water breathing and storm speed of 30.
Okay, so you're just looking for indestructible right now then?
Yeah.
Okay, 12 gold.
That's interesting because it's less than the one's gear.
I rolled to determine it. If I rolled a 20, it would max out at 50 gold. I rolled a 4. The markets are weird. Hmm?
This is the picture.
Oh. Yeah, you see the horns going for $500,000. No, I'm just kidding.
So what does weather?
Okay.
That's what it was.
Mm. He refresh me again on what you wanted him to.
See if there was a way to make it to where we can actually see.
The ether. His decent subs is. Let's see. So. Is there anything he's able to come up with? No. Short answer is no.
It's like,
The
I'm not an artisan.
what's it called? Alchemist.
Well, Arcanists actually might be more suited to that. Yeah, he's not able to come up with anything that is particularly helpful. He does say, I'm going to be honest, this is a shot in the dark. When you come to a new city, you attune to an aetherite, right? Well, most of us go there once, we touch the aetherite, we leave, done. Maybe attuning to the aetherites more, like more than once, or just leaving your hand on it, longer than what would normally be needed. Maybe with some effort and some time, you can attune well enough to perhaps not see, but sense those threads and flows. It takes sensing of those etheric paths to teleport along the aetherites anyway, so it's as I say, it's a shot in the dark, but
It's a good shot.
might be better than nothing.
I still got some time before I need to head over to another town, so I'll stop by this town real quick.
Right. Which reminds me, was it you or Quota that did not attune to the aetherite? Okay. I'm trying to decide if I should just say, you know what, he goes and does it, but
You can't take trips around,
yeah.
but it's one of those things where it's like you can't teleport down there.
Yeah.
So just make sure that he knows the consequences. Like,
Yeah.
actually knows the consequences.
I'll allow him to retroactively do that if he, I'll message him during the week.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So while I'm at the stone,
Mm-hmm.
using one hand, I just continuously touch the stone.
Mm-hmm.
With the other hand, I go to the ritual cast Unseen Servant.
Okay. Unseen Servant.
Yes. Basically, it's a spell that creates force of air that goes around and does stuff like a commoner.
Okay.
He's got 1 HP and like 2 intelligence, but basically it's just a computer program like
Mhm.
do X, do Y.
Sweep the floor. Yeah.
He's a Citadel.
Yeah.
Proactive.
Yeah.
He has no will of his own, so basically it's just I connect to him and use bonus actions to control him. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to actually keep my hand on the stone, see if I can see ether better,
Okay.
and then observe the unseen servants if I can see the ether.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
Do that with the good die. Woo! 20.
Listen, do you have
Nat.
a good
Okay,
day?
not natural. Okay. Do you have a good die? 14 on the die.
14 on the die plus
Okay.
6
Okay.
at least.
You are able to feel certain pulses in, okay, say your right hand is on the aetherite,
Right.
your left hand is doing the cast. You're able to feel certain pulses in the aetherite from, incoming travelers as they're teleporting in from other locations. And you're also able to feel it, the ether pulling through you like a current as you cast the spell. So like you're a conduit in a way. As you glance up toward the aetheryte and kind of focus on that as you're feeling, you know, these pulses coming in. You're not able to see anything, but you feel like you can maybe start to feel the pulses before they come. You can sense you start to think you can maybe sense the direction of them.
Test that theory by commanding the observer to try to stand exactly where I would feel the pulse trying to teleport to. And seeing if I can get the little bit of air to be in their space.
Okay, and what would that do to them?
It's less what it does to them and me actually testing my ability to predict where they'll land specifically.
Okay.
To see if I can be like, I am right there, like it's right there.
Okay.
It's up to you to decide if anything actually happens because it's not actually there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Okay, I'm gonna say
control and stuff.
okay. You're trying to see if you can predict where they're going to land.
Right.
Um,
And it like little bits of breeze from
Right.
the elemental.
Arcana check with disadvantage.
Okay. Let's do this. 13.
13. Okay. You give it a few shots, and it's a little bit frustrating because when the pulses come in, the person is just there
So
very quickly.
It's more
So-
I don't have the speed to actually.
You feel like you don't have the speed, or maybe you feel like your purpose might better be served in trying to understand where they're coming from, rather than where they're going to appear. So, as you try to feel that out, you feel one coming from the south. You feel one coming from the northwest.
Those are the two cities that
No, not necessarily. You do feel, if you're like watching for it, you say you feel one from, like you kind of feel it in like this side of your thumb or whatever, and you're like, okay, that one's coming from the west or what.
then I think I'll go ahead and I'll adjust my position.
Okay.
Like I'll walk around to the other side
Okay.
and then try to feel that same
Okay.
location now.
Okay. Similar results. You feel.
So if I'm on the opposite side, so like the V and the thumb here,
Mhm.
or this side, do I feel it in here now, or do I still feel it in the thumb?
You would feel it on the other side now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Catch.
So you feel like you're starting to get an idea where people are coming from, or at least the direction that they're coming from, as they're landing at the aetheryte, but you're not, as far as what that accomplishes in application to what you're trying to ultimately
At that
get
point,
to.
I've
That's
remove my hand from it
okay.
and attempt to replicate the results without the ether directly flowing into my hand
Okay.
for the crystal.
Arcana disadvantage.
18.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 12 and an 18. So.
Okay. Oh, disadvantage, dude.
Yeah, the 12.
Oh, plus 6. Okay, okay. Sorry.
18.
You're really not feeling anything. Maybe once or twice you think you might have felt something, but you're also like that. Could you see the wind?
But that's probably confirmation. That's worth a shot.
Okay.
And after that, I just like.
Okay. Anything for you? Okay. So yeah, you're able to finish what you were doing and get back to the Carlin canopy, and Mother Mion is standing there. So what news?
Gotta go to the other capital cities and deliver a message.
The other capital cities? For a message for what?
Message. I think at this point I'll just say a message from
Kane-sana. So you're her personal envoys?
Yeah.
She starts laughing. Well, congratulations. And she starts clapping, and people kind of look over like, what? And that's actually what you're seeing on screen there, is people looking over. So, you're to bear the Elder Seatseer's missive to our allies. Well, seems you've certainly made an impression on the woman.
Yeah.
Can't argue with her judgment, though. You've earned this honor. And anyone who says you don't deserve it had better not say so in my presence. Whoop. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I find myself praising you often of late to other adventurers, but I am proud of you. Short of a warrior of light, I can imagine no better adventurer to represent us, and that is some compliment. So, but I've flattered...
Like, put my hand in my temple again. Whenever they say, nothing short of a warrior of light.
She doesn't notice. But I've flattered you enough for one day, and I don't want your head to get too big, or you'll struggle to lug it around the realm. Speaking of which, Eorzea is a big place. So now that you have an airship pass, you can really start to broaden your horizons. Sky's quite literally the limit, so, you know. Even if your errand didn't call for it, I would strongly suggest visiting the other 2 city-states before you go anywhere else, so. Once you've acquainted yourselves with Limsa and Ul'dah, you can turn your sights on whichever lesser-trod region takes your fancy. The calamity changed a lot out there, changed the face of Eorzea, and much of it now lies in shadow. Each nation faces its fair share of problems, from internal strife to conflict with the beast tribes and their primals. So don't be too surprised if you find yourself embroiled in the odd, unsavory situation on your travels.
You mean an average Tuesday?
A what?
You mean an average Tuesday?
Fair enough. But no matter what difficulties you encounter, I'm confident you'll pull through and emerge stronger for the experience. These are interesting times. It's been 5 years now since the calamity, and folks are finally beginning to look to the future. Period of great change is on us, and you'll have a part to play in it, and if that prospect doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Oh, speaking of primals, though, heaven forbid you should ever encounter one. Run. Run.
So the beast we didn't fight yesterday wasn't the primal.
You're still alive. Do you know what primals can do? They can temper a subject. Enthrallment. Enthralling a person within its presence to become one of its servants. And when And when it happens, it's permanent. So,
Do I actually know how primals are summoned?
you do not.
Okay. So I'm not even gonna say a damn thing.
What were you thinking out of character?
Like, I know as a player, primals are summoned because one person has strong enough belief in it. So it's like they're already a fucking member of the cult. Enthrallment is not that different.
The problem is, and I'll go ahead and tell you what she's trying to convey to you, is that if you go to fight it, it can enthrall you to become one of its worshippers.
Okay. Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
and that is something called tempering. That is not normally something that she is supposed to know, but she rolled a nat 20, so she knew.
And at that point, 90% of an adventurer's difficulty is getting the information.
Well, I try to make that as easy as I can. That's why they picked me for this job. At any rate, anything else I can do for you right now?
Just, if you could find all of those numbers that please let them know that I'm just buying one of those.
I'll certainly pass the word along. Okay. Anything else, guys?
No?
So are we headed for the airship counter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably buy a scroll before we go, like one spell, just in case we go to the land, which only takes 3 hours, that I can actually copy a spell.
Okay. Okay. Scroll, first.
Spell turns into floating disc.
Hmm?
That's floating disc.
Okay. And so the cost for that normally should be...
Uncommon or is it common?
What do you say we meet it in the middle at 50 gold?
Sure.
Okay.
So 50 plus the 100. Well, yeah, I'll just pay 50 for now. Cool.
Okay. Ready for the airship counter? All right, so heading downstairs from the Carlin canopy, you do reach the airship counter, and they are inspecting your airship pass. Everything seems to be in order, and well, so you're the Elder Seatseer's personal envoys, is it?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we at Highwind Skyways are honored to serve you, and as you no doubt know of the restrictions on airship travel, the few flights that we do make have no shortage of available space, so you may take your pick. So what'll it be, guys? Limsa, Lominsa, or Ulda?
Well, that's a party decision.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we're going back home. I haven't seen her for 5 years.
Yeah, I don't mind being able to craft magic item. So, it's just the end of the party at this point then.
Well, by default, they have no opinion. So it's just between you guys.
Which one's longer?
Which one's a longer trip? Limsa.
Let's go there.
All right. Limsa Lominsa it is. And so they show you out onto the landing. You see an airship docked not far away. So,
Please tell me where I spell Agrabah correctly.
say what?
Please tell me where I spell Agrabah correctly.
All right, so stepping on board,
Yep.
all that good stuff. All right, there you go. There's the
Is
steps.
anyone else riding with us?
It is just you guys.
Really?
It is very restricted.
How many people can fly one of these planes?
I would say probably about 15.
Damn. You'd think that they'd have at least 5 more people.
Yeah, but you have to probably think about what the cost is to get on.
Yeah, but it's the point is you pay more to be able to get to where you want to be, for sure. Like air travel means no
Well, the thing is, the airships are,
government controls it.
well, they are susceptible to anti-aircraft attack by the Garleans. However, once you make it to a city, you can touch the aetherite and then be able to teleport there in the future. So, the airships are sort of like a one-time thing. Usually, you go there and then,
So everybody else is already touched.
yeah. So there's a lot of people that have, and a lot of people that just are not authorized to travel them, right?
Yeah,
Just-
blacklist.
Well, it's liability.
Blacklist. No, that no fly zone.
Liability.
Well, I mean, obviously, they would be liable if, you know, passenger flight gets shot down by the Garleans.
Oh.
So yeah, the airship takes off. And it seems you guys are off to Limsa Lominsa. And that is where we will end it for tonight. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your support. Appreciate all the bits tonight, man. Didn't get any resubs. We didn't get to trigger the new alert, but that's okay. You guys will see it eventually. Special message from somebody. So anyway, let's find somebody to raid. Who do we got tonight? Got Korean, Ayana, Mrs. Smith, Pokemanes, Entreya, and Geek and Sundry. So how about Mia? She's saving up for her surgery? No. Let's raid Mrs. Smith. Let me make sure that she's actually streaming and not AFK, because she's been AFK when I've raided her before. Or like ending her stream, or thought she ended her stream and stuff like that. So, okay, no, we've got something going here. Okay, cool. Sending it over to Mrs. Smith. Looks like she's got some art going on for her OC. And what's that stamped? Definitely be resubbing in the coming days, weeks, or months before September ends. Nice. Nice, very cool. Thanks again, guys. I've got a very busy couple of weeks at work, so I don't know when we'll be able to do this again. It might be a couple weeks, we'll see. But for now, we'll keep you apprised of any news, and we will see you next time. Have a great night.
Bye.